of the franchise with what they did to Memphis, and then again what they were able to do last night. 146 and now 144. They're leading the league in scoring per game. Boy, when's the last time you said that? 131 points per game. Best in the NBA. I know it's only 4 games, but also know they had 2 of their best shooters not playing last night. So all good stuff with more good stuff to come. And speaking of that, the other side of this for the Panthers, when you have Marchand, Kachuk, and knowing Barkov's not coming back all season, it's tough, man. And I'm not making excuses for him. They were down 2-0 last night. You heard the goals from Lundell and Reinhardt to get it back at 2-2 and then lose in a shootout. But that's a lot of quality play that is out of that lineup. And, it's one thing if 3 guys are out for an NFL team and you kind of scatter it out a little bit on offense and defense. It's another one, though, when you got 3 of your best players out in a hockey team. And, again, I know Paul Maurice won't make that as an excuse. They're deep. They've got good, young, talented guys, and more guys now get an opportunity and all those things, but they do get the point last night. They've got one more Saturday night against Dallas before both of our teams going to be heading out west for both actually with 4-game West Coast swings out there. So we have that, and then we got the game tomorrow night. Can you believe it, Woody? My God, every time we turn around, I get a little extra sleep, and I go, wow, we got a Thursday night football game. This week 9 kicking off. Lamar's back. Got to tell you, man, a lot of good stuff, and we'll get into Shohei Ohtani last night. Hey, Woody, so much for the star power and going to pull off Superman 2 last night. Struck out a couple of times. By the way, they teased us too, man. The manager came out and said, we're just not going to pitch to him. We're just warning you. And I went, he's not actually going to, start walking him to start the game, is he? Intentionally walking him? Well, he struck out twice last night, and no hits. And then Shohei was not as dominant. 6 innings pitched, 4 earned runs. Vladdy Daddy Guerrero got him for a bomb last night. So, hey, how about that comeback for Toronto, man? How about that? And did you hear anybody catch the game late? Sound like there are a lot of Toronto fans at that game. I know that's L.A. country, and they've been around a lot of time. The old Dodgers and their 52,000 they get at a game usually lead the league in attendance because every game's basically sold out. But, man, last night I heard a lot of let's go Toronto.
Well, is that like our market here where you get a lot of fans from other places? I don't know. LA seems kind of similar to us. And
maybe.
I guess. I don't know.
I don't know.
You would know better than I would.
They just got, they got a lot of season ticket. They got a lot of Dodger Blue fans, man. That thing's been around. It's popular. It's a great baseball market.
That stadium, by the way, when they show that sunset over the top, that looks like a must-visit stadium.
You asked me, and I said, I said it was fun for me being a long time and seeing all the Dodger games where they come to Candlestick Park when I'm a kid and watching, and then to finally get a chance to go to Dodger Stadium and watch a game was pretty cool.
Yeah. You just don't think of it like that because all you see is stories about people getting attacked in the parking lot.
Right. Everything you see is, and it's, by the way, it's always the same teams. There's just 3 teams that really don't like each other and their fan. No, I shouldn't say the players. It's more the fan bases. So there's no love between the Padres and the Dodgers. And by the way, they have brawls. If Dodger fans go down to San Diego, it's bad. You've seen some of those fist fights.
I've seen the ones in LA for sure. I know people got attacked in the parking lot.
I always say, if you're a Giants fan, try to get your tickets at the new ballpark in San Francisco. I would not. It's not new anymore.
I thought these were all nice, friendly, like San Diego, San Francisco.
Blood, and by the way, I think it's worse in baseball than it is in football.
Really?
Now, it used to be bad. Now going old school.
When you throw the Raiders in there, right?
Well,
were they part of that?
There's always been, and then there was bad Bay Area blood between East Bay, known as Oakland, and then everybody on the other side that was the San Francisco area, and the fan bases just did not like each other, although there's a much bigger fan base of San Francisco fans in everything than there is for Oakland. Not that anybody cares. Not that.
No, I enjoy this. I'm
no.
lesson here this morning. So where do the Warriors fit into this?
Well, they're the only team, so everybody loves them.
Okay, so
they got the whole
ground.
area. They got the whole.
Because they play in San Francisco.
They
right?
got all the good money on both sides. Anybody's got money on both sides is going. Matter of fact, people even Sacramento have season tickets and go down there drive down a couple hours to get. So all the money in Northern California goes to that team. And by the way, now the 49ers are the only team in the Bay Area. So
they do a baseball trip out there, though, right? They got three parks that are worth visiting.
I would, it's funny. I'm not saying it because a lot of people are turned off by the state of California. I don't want to get into politics, but if you get a chance and you're a baseball fan and you can kind of focus on that and use the go down the coastline there, it's beautiful, man. I would, for a sports trip for people that do vacations, but they're kind of around sports, that's a good one.
I like to take in a few games here and there.
Well, as the boys get older, Woody, as the boys get older, you'll.
I saw a game at the Rose Bowl, the only stadium I've been to in California, and that thing was like mind blowing.
That's old school
what
too.
What a place, my God!
The Rose Bowl's old school. I played there in college.
That is a beautiful stadium, man.
Yeah,
that view from there. Yeah, that sunset.
All their stadiums are old, by the way.
It still looked really nice though for an older place,
but they got the new one now too. Spent a lot of money, and that thing is nice as well. Where the Chargers and Rams are sharing right now. Hey, we also got the other story coming out here. So I think it's kind of cool, but I think there's only a few guys can pull it off. Lamar Jackson last week says, "Hey, I'm not going to play, but we're going to make some changes around here." So before they play the Bears, he said, "Hey, man," told the equipment guy, "take out all the toys. Ping pong tables out, TV video games out, basketball hoop out, all the grab ass fun games and competition. You guys take that damn time and get yourself ready to play." So, you hear something like that, and you're thinking some places there would be some guys not happy with that wouldn't handle it. You're Lamar Jackson. You won a couple of MVPs, and you're the best player on the football team, and he is the best player on the football team. He was having a great season before the hamstring, pulls that off, but it does kind of make you, I was like, wow, what if some guy came in and now some guys are saying, yeah, he talked to a couple of the other guys that are really good on the team and some of the other leaders and said, "Hey, man, this is what we're going to do." And they're good, man. You're right. We need to get focused maybe a little bit more because we got to get a win. And so anyway, Lamar Jackson says, "Hey, we got a lot of work to do. We got to start taking this thing seriously. We have to focus every game win now or go home. We got to win every game or it's go home if we don't win the rest of these games." I mean, he put an urgency call on his team, man. And everybody's kind of wondering about Lamar. He's missed the last 3 games, that whole thing that just happened where he's going to play, not play. And I'm sure Ravens are going to be a little trouble for that. But yeah, so and then you're out there with Dolphins going, "Hey, man, we're feeling good. We feel good." The locker room, of course, man, winning takes care of everything. I always say that winning takes care of everything. Now you got to do a lot more winning because you dug a friggin' hole that nobody saw coming, or I didn't. Now 2-6 on the season going into week 9, and of course, this game for them is same deal. They're 2-5, and
you think that's the shocking story of the NFL this year, the Ravens? They have been in the Super Bowl hunt every year for as long as I can remember here. Yeah,
for 3 or 4 years.
You can't mention the Chiefs without the Ravens and the Bills. They've been in that thing.
They've had the best record, and twice off their bye week they've lost.
It's stunning to see that team
lost their second game, maybe in the second one. But
look how their season ended last year.
Hey,
and what they're at right now.
I know Shoes, like you bring up, and I'll just say this with Coach Shula. He always talked about we got to win the division, and second thing is get home field advantage throughout the playoffs. We don't want to leave the Orange Bowl. We want everybody to come play in the late heat and with our crowd. And I, like, every year, that was the only thing. He never said, "Let's get a wild card. Hey, let's finish second."
Yeah. Starting to look like things are going to go through Kansas City again, huh?
Yeah, maybe. Maybe,
Starting
but
to look that way.
they got a ways to go now to get that best record. But we do know one thing about Kansas City, a little bit like the Florida Panthers. They don't mind going on the road in the
true
playoffs.
Too, yes. Yeah.
They're okay. So this thing's going to be fun, man. There's some great surprises going on in the NFL. Some teams playing really well. There's a batch of young quarterbacks and rehab quarterbacks getting a second chance. So we got a lot of stuff, a lot of good stories to get to. And I got to tell you what, man, this little Miami Heat basketball story is fantastic. My God, Jaime Jaquez. How about that? I think Jaime's averaging like almost 20 points a game now after last night. From having trouble getting playing time because he was not playing well to what he's doing right now is just incredible.
Saw one of those stat people said he had the highest plus-minus in the whole league.
Oh, yeah. I think it was 40-something.
Something last night.
Something stupid last night. Yeah.
How about putting an ass whooping on that scumbag group from Charlotte? That felt good, didn't it?
Yeah, but why scumbag?
Oh, they covered up a huge gambling crime,
okay.
Joe.
All right, hey, let's go to break here. Let's go to break
Allegedly,
here, Woody.
Right?
Woody, I love your stuff, but not when we're going to be super late and I'm going to have a 2-minute segment coming up here. Hey, I do want to tell you about some really important things, and that's your South Florida Chevy dealers. Hey, I want to let you know, man, when it comes to great offers and great trucks, we got it going for you right now. It is Chevy month. We got the durable Colorado with its standard turbo max engine and impressive torque. Silverado 1500, always ready, steady, and strong, delivering all the power you could ever need for the workday workhorse and the weekend warrior. Right over a Silverado HD, you can feel all the legendary horsepower and one of the hardest working beds in the business. Whether it's a mid-size, full-size, or heavy-duty truck with a great deal in 14 dealerships throughout South Florida, take a little test drive. You're going to fall in love. You are going to love our trucks. You're going to love the deal. You're going to love the way you're treated at your South Florida Chevy dealer.
We've got plenty of...
Joe, before we get back to it here, I'll let you know Sports Talk on WQAM is presented by Paramount Plus. You can't count on much, but you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus. Watch your local NFL game live every Sunday all season long. Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today.
I got to tell you, last night, Toronto, nice little comeback, man, after what happened to them in that 18-inning game where they came up short and had so many chances to win that darn thing and then end up losing the way they did. And, of course, the famous Shohei Ohtani game and everything. They bounced back last night, man, to get the 6-2 win. We now have a best-of-3 series. So good stuff, man. Good stuff for Toronto. Back in this thing because I thought there was a chance that thing was going, you know how you always ahead of time. And I mean, that's the business we're in. Like, I don't know, man. Sometimes when you have a heartbreaker, they just break you. But they didn't break that team. That team now. Vladdy Guerrero, early home run, I thought was huge. And then scoring 4 runs in the 7th inning last night was big. Hey, we got a lot of good stuff. Heat, man, just scoring. Matter of fact, they just scored again while we were on break there. Scored again, like they've been scoring. And Spo, the dude is brilliant, man. Again, I know those guys are playing and he's not making any baskets or defending or, boy, he puts in a system. He is really, really good at what he does. Now, we'll see. It's only 4 games, but what a great start. 3-1. And if you love entertainment, they're leading the league in scoring. How about if I would have told you after 4 games, all the teams in the NBA, with all the stars and all those teams, and I said, oh, no. No. He's going to lead everybody after 4. You're like, all right, yeah, we'll see. Now, they're going to hit the road here for 4 games taking off today and getting ready to play. Is it San Antonio up first, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah, you get the freak show over there, man.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Boy, if that guy can stay healthy, he is.
I think Khalil Ware and Bam will get a little work there to see because he's come back from that little blood clot thing.
There's no stopping that guy, though. I mean, it's just kind of you got to deal with it.
Were you always sure that he was going to be a star? Or were you kind of
Wemby? No, I thought he was good, but
you thought he's going to break down though.
I do.
What was that?
I do think eventually he will break down.
Okay.
Yes.
Well,
he did last year.
Blood broke down.
Yeah. Hey, but you know, traditionally those guys that have those body builds, it's a little tougher. You know, don't give me a hard time about that.
It only happens to certain teams. Only certain teams get the whammy on them.
Oh, okay, that's how it works.
Yeah, I remember Kevin Durant came in. Everybody goes, "Oh, he's a hell of a scorer," but that body will never hold up. He's still playing.
Yeah,
in his late 30s. Yeah. But you're right. There's been a lot of centers break down. Hell, Bill Walton there for a while, going to old school. He's had nothing but injuries. They were booing him and. You're a bum.
Did you see
he got together?
Who's back out there? The corpse of Joel Embiid. You see him running around?
You know,
talk about guys that have just broken.
I did make it a point to look at the box score this morning and see how he's doing. But he had 25 last night.
Benched him through that entire comeback that they had.
They are very sensitive to injury with him. It's a long season. We don't want the early season tease from our big man that we owe a ton of money to, for sure.
I don't know if you saw who put up another nice line in that game. He's having a good season. Keyshawn George.
Oh, I did see.
From Miami. He's having a good start to his season.
Hey, so we've got a lot of good stuff going on, a lot of great stories. We got Thursday night football on top of everything else. The Lamar Jackson show comes to town for the first time in a month. He's going to play. As everybody predicted, he wasn't going to miss this game coming back home. I have no idea. They're talking about do or die. And, of course, the Dolphins are saying we got this thing figured out and can't wait. Both can, we'll see if the Dolphins can score and do the things they just did to Atlanta. Both defenses have struggled until last week. And then all of a sudden, both of them played a lot better. That Dolphin defense really got after it. 6 offensive linemen. I will tell you, Mike made a lot of changes to a lot of things within what you can do. I'm not saying he flipped the whole thing, but played with Brunskill as a 6 offensive lineman, used all 3 running backs, and, of course, Ollie Gordon ends up having his best game in his rookie year with 10 carries, 46 yards, and the one catch for 20 yards and a touchdown on a beautifully set up play that was just gorgeous, easy touchdown from the 20-yard line. And they just, Frank Smith on the sideline seems to help. Somebody kind of running the troops over on the side and talking to everybody he needs to. I thought that was great. Frank came. I honestly did not realize, except for our tight end, how much people respected. I see Frank. I just thought he was always behind the scenes, and now I see how respected he is. And Mike made the final say on that. Hey, how about I bring you down here, and guys kind of gravitate to you, man, and respects you. It's a great call. It's a great eyeball for Mike to see it, understand it, and do that. And then they just play better. They're tackling better discipline, better technique. The rookies took a step up finally. We've been saying, what week is it going to happen? And bam, it looked like it was the Atlanta game overall, that a lot of guys on offense and defense in this rookie draft class really played a lot better. So the guys step up and all things. Now, listen, I give a couple guys credit too, because they can't be seen without people asking them, are you worried about being traded? Because the trade deadline's less than a week away. We saw the Patriots move a couple of guys yesterday, made a couple of trades for draft picks, by the way, not to pick up players. They actually dumped a couple of veterans for a 6th and a 7th round pick. So are we going to see more of that and going forward with this thing? But I think this Thursday night football game will be fun. Again, the Dolphins have dug themselves a big hole, and on top of them not playing well, they've got the Buffalo Bills. I should start with the Patriots and then the Buffalo Bills, because the Buffalo Bills got a tough schedule. And the Patriots have that last place schedule. And if you finish at the bottom of your division, your schedule's just easier. You play a lot of the other teams in the same. Let me tell you, the NFL's done two things, and I actually like it. Woody, I don't know if you're with me. They make sure all the best teams play each other. It's great for ratings and of course all the networks and Netflix and Amazon Prime. They want to see the Lions playing the Kansas City Chiefs and the Buffalo Bills and Kansas City playing each other. They will this week. And then they do a good job of making sure, because they don't want all the teams to stay bad and going, hey, if you can figure out the draft, the worse you are, the higher pick you get. So if you got the 3rd or 4th pick, if you hit on what should be the 3rd or 4th best player in the draft, that's kind of how it's set up. And you get a guy really good, it can make a difference. And a higher second round pick, higher 3rd round pick. Then on top of that, like New England just did, had a ton of money for veteran free agents. They went out and hit on some guys, went out and hit on a bunch of guys. Then you put that together with a system that works for the offense and defense and a head coach, and you can flip things around quickly. And so that's what we're chasing. We're now chasing the Patriots and the Bills. Because listen, man, you finish 3rd in your division, it happens, but it ain't no slam dunk. And very seldom happens that you get one of those playoff spots if you're 3rd in your own division. So Dolphins got some work to do, but you can only worry about one game right now. Lamar and the Ravens in a better situation, considering the Steelers have cooled off here a little bit. What are they? One game over 500 now. So that thing is looking a lot tighter there. But
Dolphins realize that people are starting to get a little bit hopeful again. Just walking around yesterday, talking to people about it, and like, wow, they look so much better.
Yeah, where's that been? Yeah. And hey, can it continue? I always love when somebody goes, "You think?" I hope, but till you see it, I don't know. And then I was saying Bradley Chubb and a couple of other guys, and Jalen and Jalen. Got to hear about trade stuff. That's going to be around. I guess they understand that as people are throwing out their names, and the list are going to continue to pick up. And And again, I don't think the Dolphins will do anything, as I said yesterday. So this is the last game before the trade deadline. It's a big game. It's a big game for Mike, and to show,
Is there any scenario that changes in your mind? I mean, they get blown out on Thursday.
I don't know if that would be.
Does that change things? They win on Thursday. Does that change things?
I don't know.
They have a moral victory loss.
I have learned that we think that more than the organization does, so probably not.
Okay.
I mean, I could sit here and tell you this and that, but I didn't expect to have a memo ready to go after the last game of the season before I got to the friggin' bus that was already done, obviously, like 2 weeks earlier on everybody's coming back, man. So anyway, we've got a lot of stuff to get to here this morning. Lamar Jackson will play. Boy, I'll tell you what, if you're just joining us, Woody, we don't get this a lot. Lamar tells the equipment manager, hey, take out all the toys, all of them. The guy goes, huh? I said, take it all out. This is before the Bears game. This is not a couple days ago.
They can't really lose another game.
But he, how about one guy going out? Now others have said he talked to, a couple of guys, and obviously everybody signed off on it. Say, hey man, this is business now. You guys get rid of the ping pong table.
Yeah, but
why is it always the ping pong table? Well, I mean, the ping pong table is like therapy.
It's a good game.
TV and playing video games, which I get, bro. You're playing video games and you have enough time. You need to tighten. Can I do the Don Shula special one here before we go to break? Shoes just tighten the day up. And I got to tell you, I tell everybody too. I said, listen, man, whatever time he said there, if it was 9, he'd have you out by 3. And if you wanted to stay and watch tape or do something extra for a little extra work, but you were out of there. You were beating the traffic home. But now you got a lot of work done during that time. There was no grab ass, as he used to say. This is no grab ass time. There's no little bit of time. We don't take an hour for lunch to play video games and make sure your food could digest properly. We didn't do any of that. It was business, man. It was like, all right, let's go, fellas. Grab that. Let's go. We're back into meetings. Hey, we got to get this done. Pop, pop, pop. And you were out. I never understood. Best ping pong player. How about this guy's the best at his friggin' position? How about that one? So I saw that with Lamar, and I was like, way to go, Lamar, man. Way to go. What are you with that on all the games? You can do. You got plenty of time at home to have all those games and all the money.
I mean, I think in their situation, they can't lose again. So I think they need to.
So like the Kansas City Chiefs are like, hey, don't worry, we don't change anything. We're good.
No, I think
I don't know.
Have a little fun at work.
I don't know which. There has always been this standard thing though that the ping pong. We didn't have any of that stuff. Of course, we didn't have half those stuff. Our place was run down. There was no place to put any of those things. Our place was.
We have fun at work here, though. I mean, everyone brings their dogs in and stuff.
I'm not touching. You just. All right, so just so people know,
place turned into a pet shop.
So this place, she comes out. The boss says, "Hey, you guys got to start coming to work. The pandemic's been over for like 5 years now, 4 years." So now everybody's got to come to work.
Yeah.
And they're like, so apparently everybody's bringing their pets in. I see cats in here and dogs and friggin' rabbits.
And there were rabbits in here. Yeah, it's actually true.
I go, like you too. And then they're throwing up and down the hall, and these 65-pound friggin' dogs are sprinting up and down the hall, only worried about getting that ball. And I'm like, it's a little dangerous in here right now at the dog kennel we have, or the animal
pet shop.
It's unbelievable.
Come in and adopt one of them if you want.
Man. All right, Woody, you got it out of me.
Sorry.
Are you happy?
Sorry.
Hey, I got to tell you about Dr. Barry and the staff at Recovery Unplugged. Boy, I want to talk to all my brothers out there, been through hard time. I always tell everybody, look, I've been down and out. Even after football, I was so low. I was damn near homeless. It was so bad, and I was in a funk. My buddies were trying to get a hold of me. I was in a bad place, man. I personally was in a bad place. And I got to tell you, it was a long, long time ago. But listen, we all get thrown off the road from time to time. We all go through a funk. We go through a bad relationship where it doesn't work and it's got you down and out. The job's not going the way you thought. And then things with your kids and life in general, and you just can't get out of a funk. Can't answer the phone when people call. You find yourself sipping on alcohol a little bit more and earlier in the day. Hey, man, if you're going through all that stuff, I just wanted to give you some examples because those were all mine. We're always talking about game changers on the field, and here's one for your mental health. Recovery Unplugged Behavioral Health has a beautiful mental health residential program in Fort Lauderdale, and for 12 years, they've helped over 20,000 people heal with expert clinical team and innovative treatments like ketamine therapy for depression, anxiety, and trauma. If you or someone you love needs a winning strategy, call 954-737-4508. That's 954-737-4508, or visit recoveryunplugged.com. Everyone deserves a great season in life or a second chance. Recovery Unplugged. Heal out loud.
So the NFL and college football, the Panthers as well. You can download the Odyssey app on iHeartRadio or TuneIn apps to make the Joe Rose Show your favorite show or least favorite show, depending on.
Even if it's not, can you just do it anyway?
Yeah,
that'd be great. Thank you.
I added that least favorite part to the read there, just in case.
You done?
There's always some people that dislike.
Sometimes
hate listen.
You.
Oh yeah, sure.
With you. Jeez. Hey, so
they get mad when you tell them the Dolphins are gonna win this game on Thursday. And are you gonna sell us on that yet?
No.
All right.
You just.
I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for you to do it. I'm waiting for it.
You're number one. You're a great ball buster. You really are.
This is around the time you tell me they're gonna get this one.
Number two. I haven't said a word.
I know you haven't. You've been very quiet on this one. I feel like you think there's a chance.
Well, they do have a chance
that they've turned the corner.
No, I didn't say corner. I said they have a chance to win this game. You don't think they have a chance?
It's not that I don't think they have a chance. I just don't know which Dolphin team we're getting here.
Exactly.
That's a major
problem. Now
here.
You're wondering, is it more the Cleveland team, or now you're wondering if it's more the Atlanta team?
The Lamar stuff scares me a little. Right? I mean, he's healthy. He's coming back. He's
playing. By the way,
he's riled up because he's taking all the stuff out of the locker room. Like seems like he means business.
Well, I got to tell you, he was going to mean business no matter what. He's coming back home to play, and
I know,
and they need the win no matter what. I mean, listen, if they win the game, he's not going to say getting rid of the ping pong table and the video games is the reason we won. That would be kind of weak. It's going to be how they play on the field for 3 hours.
Say that was my idea, and that's why we won.
I don't think Lamar will do that.
No, I don't either. But
Lamar's a little like that's not his.
Just feels like he means business
right thing.
Now. So
yeah, I mean those guys got to be pumped up to find out. All this stuff's been Harbaugh and Lamar aren't on the same page, which we always do. The quarterback, it's not going well. Then I look and I go, Lamar got off to a great start this year. I think he understands how important he is. He's throwing the ball at a higher percentage than he has in his career. He's gotten a lot better as a passer through the years. Of course, he's won a couple of MVPs, but nobody cares about those. It's like Josh Allen. Hey, Josh, congratulations. You and Lamar been winning all the MVPs, but there's another guy in Kansas City that's winning everything else. Like he's going to the big dance while you're sitting going to banquets for winning awards.
He's just about locked up the MVP here, it seems like, too.
Who?
Mahomes. He's going to run away with this thing.
He is having a good year, and if they continue to play,
who else are you going to give it to? Jonathan Taylor?
No, running backs don't usually get it. It's usually a quarterback. You know that. It's a quarterback award. It's the most important position, and they kind of go, all right, who's had the best, who's done the most with less, and yet put up really good numbers.
I mean, really, someone from the Colts. Like, if it ended today, someone from the Colts should get it, but because that's the best story in the NFL.
Well, if you're just going by what we've seen, our eyeballs, and nobody's giving the Colts credit, but they have been the best team. They are killing people.
Credit.
They went out and took a chance, and they got blasted. Daniel Jones, oh my God. Then Daniel Jones, when he got cut, he went to Minnesota and sat on the bench, didn't he?
Yeah,
he sat on the bench. They didn't even play him.
The other guy they drafted, he's cooked.
By the way, they might have let 2 guys go that are never going to be as good. That guy they have right now, nobody's sure how good he's going to be. Was it McCarthy?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, man, that's part of this game. You just hope you get the right guy. You hope you get the right guy, but I got to tell you, it's more than that. It is. You got to have like that Colts thing was in place. Like the offensive line is good. You had a stud back. They draft. God bless them. Nobody talks about. They went out and got Clearly. And there's a whole bunch of good rookie tight ends in this class.
He's the best, yes.
He is
the best.
The things he does. And by the way, I'm close to 2 of the guys' kids down here, and they're both having great seasons. But that guy, what he does at 6'6", 260 pounds, he's different level.
He's been really good. But look, man, you get these like rehab quarterbacks, you never know. Like, look at the thing in New York with Justin Fields. Like, that thing's a disaster.
But again, if you're trying to rehab your career, do you think you go to the Jets?
No.
Place to go? You think you go to Cleveland Browns is going to be the place to go?
Nope, that's where they destroy you. That's where you go to die.
That's just Just, hey, you got the money. I get it. And you're the starter. But, hey, Justin Fields, how you like in the first half of that first season of that 2-year deal?
Speaking of rehab jobs, our guy came down, Zach Wilson, another Jets guy that they left for dead. Although I don't know if we're going to be able to fix that one.
I got to tell you, I'm not sure Zach Wilson's in the right system for him.
Well, I don't know that any system is the right system for him, but
well, that's true. But he might not be. Hey, listen, there's been a lot more guys that have been first-round picks that have just went on to be played till they were 35, 36 years old as a backup. And that ain't a bad way to go, although
we saw it on Monday night. Marcus Mariota's been on 100 teams
and gets a lot of starts.
He does. He starts every year somewhere.
You could go through.
He's like a career backup, basically. That started on every team, it seems like.
What I tell you, all but 6 teams have a first-round pick starting at quarterback, or 7 teams maybe. It's mostly first-round picks. But you look at some of the backups, a lot of first-round picks are the backups too.
Carson Wentz always running around out there somewhere.
He's out for the year,
yes,
but he is.
But he played through some stuff, huh?
But there are a lot of guys that, hey, didn't work out, and hey, and then we got the 3 great rehab stories. Great 3 rehab stories of 3 guys that were all pretty high first-round picks, if I'm not mistaken. And Zach Wilson's, who's still a young guy.
Well, Baker was probably the best story of them all right now.
I got to tell you.
That team's really good, too.
Baker's the best story. And Baker's in
that Darnold's MVP. Right up there, though.
Hey, the other thing with this Zach Wilson thing, and it looks like I'm guessing he's going to be the backup. I don't know, coach say something yesterday about, I don't know if he did or not, but I think Zach, and there's still a lot of football left, and we'll see what happens, but I'm guessing there's a better system for his style of play. From his comments during camp, that this just the throw the ball to a spot, and it's different. And there's a lot goes into it. I don't know if this system, and that doesn't mean it's a shot at him. There are better systems for guys.
But not that it matters at this point, but you did need to address that backup quarterback position from last year. Like that derailed you last year.
Yeah.
So it was a big deal this offseason, and I guess they struggled with it again.
Anyway, we'll
not that it matters though, right?
No.
If Tua goes out, I think
clearly the best quarterback. If you're going to try to win games, it's the guy you have that's quarterbacking right now. Hey, we've got a lot of stuff going on. Great night last night, a lot of good stuff. Panthers shorthanded without Marchand again. Fought back after being down 2-0 after 2 periods. Come back, score a couple of goals, Lundell and Reinhardt to tie it up, and then lose in a shootout. You realize last night, Jamie, they only had 17 shots. Anaheim only had 17 shots in the game. All right, we got more stuff to get to. We got a big 7 o'clock hour coming up here. Omar Kelly, who always gets everything rocking and rolling, will join us at 8 o'clock this morning. Hey, I want to talk to you about this, to business owners getting up early on your way into your office like you have for the last 20, 25 years. And, hey, are you tired of the stress? Is it not as much fun? Do you find yourself not as motivated, tired of all the headaches? Are you tired of just being tired and whining and complaining all the time? Have you had family members tell you, Dad, it's time to sell your business? You've done great with it. It's been good to our family. Please call the main man, Anthony Caliendo, at the Business Broker Experts, and let him sell your business. He's the best business broker in the state of Florida. Anthony doesn't just list businesses, he packages them to sell, making him, yes, the big man. Nobody does it better. All sizes, specializing in exit strategies that maximize your value. I'm telling you, South Florida's booming right now. More and more people over the last 3, 4, 5 years since the pandemic have moved to South Florida and looking to buy businesses just like yours. Doesn't matter what size, doesn't matter how specialized. You get the total package with Anthony Caliendo, okay? You get the total package. He does it all. So if you're ready, Anthony will craft a rock-solid exit strategy so you can flip your business and cash out in a big, big way. Are you ready? Are you ready to go ahead and make that move? Make the call. Call 1-800-THE-MAIN-MAN and speak to Anthony Caliendo, the main man. Help you through from start to finish. That's 1-800-THE-MAIN-MAN, Anthony Caliendo.
Sports Update is brought to you by Doral Hyundai. Home of the price seats, our lowest price. Visit us at Doral Hyundai, DoralHyundai.com. Starting with the Heat, who crushed the Hornets 144-111. Jaime Jaquez led the scoring with 28. Next up, Miami will head to San Antonio to play the Spurs tomorrow night. On the ice, the Panthers fell in a shootout to the Ducks 3-2. Sam Reinhart scored late in the third to force overtime. The Cats look to bounce back when they host the Stars on Saturday night. And in baseball, the Blue Jays tied the World Series at 2, beating the Dodgers 6-2. Game 5 is tonight with the first pitch at 8. The Joe Rose Show continues now.
Lundell, the puck nudged away from Luostarinen. Bouncer in the neutral zone. Ekblad keeps it moving along down to our left. Getting back to the Ducks, Johnston, but it's taken away out front. A chance, and they score! Anton Lundell was set up by Samoskevich, and the Panthers get one back. The Panthers are back to within one with 8:48 to play here in the third, and that's one the Panthers had to have right there. That is empty. 6-on-5 for the Panthers here. 3:10 to go in the third, looking for one. Right side, Jones, a shot, he scores! Through traffic, this game is tied 2-2. It may have been tipped out in front. Looks like Sam Reinhart got a piece of it. And this game is all knotted up with 3:06 to play. Evan Rodriguez to keep it going. Here's Rodriguez heading in to the hash marks. Makes a move. Backhand save made by Dostal. And Anaheim wins it in a shootout tonight. 3-2, the final score.
Rodriguez tried to go down on the forehand.
Well, the Panthers fought back valiantly to get the point tonight. 1 point in the standings, but it's Anaheim who gets that all-important second point. Panthers fall just short in the shootout this evening.
Bam pulls it down, his fourth rebound. He'll push it up, snap it up to Wiggins. He'll attack. The nipple puts it up, misses. Jaquez in there, puts it up and in. Season high, 22 points for that man. Bam kicks it ahead. Up to Bam from Davion. Feed the big man when he's running and rolling. Bam has 9,000 career points. Fourth Heat player to get there behind G-Money, Zoe, and D-Wade. And this one belongs to the Heat. That 144 Amy told you about to 117. The Heat moved to 3-1 and Southeast Division supremacy.
Yeah, and other than a couple times, I just really felt like it was so much of what he was doing was in the flow of how we're trying to play, and certainly it highlights a lot of his downhill ability. But I'm more encouraged by some of the playmaking, that he's doing on the decisions, a little bit more poise in the pocket, so to say, because he's putting pressure on the defense. He's collapsing. He's getting another defender there oftentimes, sometimes even a third defender. And the difference this year is keeping them a little bit more honest. And then if you don't, he's a handful just in one-on-one coverage.
Yeah, man, what a great story. We love great stories in this town. We do. We like great stories, and especially if it leads to more winning. And Jaime Jaquez, year 3, coming off a rough sophomore year, but comes back, doesn't whine about it, comes back and is just playing unbelievable. 28 points, 28 minutes. Like you said, his plus minus was some ridiculous number. By the way, big minutes, but coming off the bench. Bam had 26. Bam's playing great and has just been an unbelievable leader with this group and understanding and not pouting that they didn't get another superstar next to him. And Wiggins had 21. Ware was 14-9. Larson went from the end of the bench to, hey, Norman Powell's hurt. You're going to start. He had 17. He plays with great energy, and he's gotten a lot better. Man, the big thing is that they're guys, they do get better. Most of them, I know it's not 100%, but a lot of guys have just gotten a lot better. Spo, the coaching staff, the front office, bringing in the right guys. 58 points for the bench again last night to 33 for Charlotte. Just have fun, man. They're fun to watch. They've been more fun in these first 4 games than they were at any point last year. Jimmy Butler drama and everything else. And I know Jimmy found his happiness and everything else now that he's out. Golden State had another nice game last night. I don't know why I looked at it, but Golden State's off to a nice start too. But, man, these guys have just moved on and playing great together, having fun, and playing at a fast pace. Last night, I saw Charlotte score score points, buckets. And before you know it, the ball's down at the other end. It was like a track meet going the other way. It's a 2-on-1, and you don't get back, they'll run you right out of the gym. They will. And, boy, just great things going on. We'll see. Again, it's early in the season. But what a nice start for a lot of guys, really, whether they're starting or coming off the bench. Great games last night led by the Jaime Jaquez comeback story here in year 3. Still, obviously, a young guy. It wasn't like it was over. He's not doing this at 30, but nice stuff. Panthers last night come up short after being down 2-0 after 2 periods. Lundell and Reinhardt tied up in the third, and they come up short in a shootout. What was it, 2-1 in the shootout last night? So they get a point, but end up losing that game. So Dallas got a real good team, as you remember from last year. They're going to be here on Saturday night. Then they'll hit the road for 4 games. So we've got all kinds of stuff going on. We're a best of 3 now in the World Series for you baseball junkies. Best of 3 series. We get that damn thing out of the West Coast, right? Is that thing coming back now? Am I right about that? Or is this a 2-3-2?
There's one more in LA.
Oh, I was afraid of that. 2-3-2.
Games tonight. Yeah, so one more. And then I think
Damn it.
Friday, Sunday. Friday, Saturday.
All right. Anyway, boy, they steal one more. That'd be unbelievable. That's great. That's a great win. Woody, were you thinking the same thing? They lose. Toronto lose in 18 innings, and they had guys thrown out at third, thrown out at the plate. You're like, oh, my God, we've had so many chances. And they end up losing. And, the Dodgers get the Freddie Freeman special, hits the walk-off home run.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going, they're crushed. They're done. They just played 2 games, played their ass off, and had the lead, and again ended up losing this series because of that. They bounce right back and get that 6-2 win last night. Unbelievable. So,
no, Dodgers better get this next one, or they might be cooked.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, one thing about it, they got those 2 guys at the top pitching. Listen, they're all 4 of their guys have a chance to go 7-8 innings and shut you out. They do. That 1 through 4, and I know it didn't go great for Ohtani last night. 6 innings and 4 earned runs, and gave up the home run to Vladdy Daddy Guerrero last night. But man, fun though. Best of 3 now. Toronto's done a lot better than everybody thought. I thought Dodgers were gonna blow them right out of the series here, but they haven't. So hanging around. Games have been great, and so we'll have more of that over the weekend coming up as well. And then Thursday night football. Lamar Jackson coming back. So, I'm always different when this goes back to Tom Brady and everybody else. Oh, man, I was hoping Lamar'd miss one more game. I said, why? You're paying to go to the game. This person's got tickets, actually sitting in a suite. I said, dude, I want to beat the best. I want to see Lamar. You want to see the best players in the game. In basketball, you always do. I never hear anybody going, hey, I hope LeBron's not playing so we can win the game. Dude, you want to see?
Different, though.
No, it's not.
Different.
No, it's not.
Don't
try to debate this.
Star-driven
The
league,
best. You don't think football's still star-driven? I know they're going to buy the tickets, but it's still.
It's not the way basketball is, but you're not buying a ticket to that game and like, boy, I just want to see Lamar. Like if you bought a ticket to see the Lakers, you're like, oh, I just want to see.
They say
LeBron.
Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens are coming to town.
I know that.
I know you want.
Big on,
I know you want to get in a pissing
guys.
contest on this,
I
and that's
see the
fine.
best guys. I got you.
I just think, hey, Josh Allen's coming the following week. 2 of the best quarterbacks in the business. I want to beat them both, man. But I want to see him play. I want to see him stop the best. So that way I don't have to hear any excuse. Well, Lamar, you won, but Lamar didn't play. Oh, we won, but Josh Allen didn't play. No, that's right. Play their guys. Let's do it. We'll do it. Let's do it that way.
What do you think is the key to stopping Lamar for this team?
So I don't know how he's going to run with a hamstring that kept him out 3 weeks.
He's got to be 100% though, right?
I don't know.
I mean,
I didn't ask him.
Well, they held him out an additional week. which obviously helped.
There's a little urgency. I think Lamar realizes that they're not winning anything if he's not playing, and he doesn't want to come back with 5 or 6 games left playing for high draft pick.
Do you sell out to stop the run in this game, to stop the horse?
Well, this is a little different because they do have guys on the outside that can play.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike the last 2 weeks. Listen, the Browns had no threat at the outside, none. I know one of the guys from here, and he's nothing. He's not very good. Dropped a ton of passes here. Last week, number 1 guy for Atlanta doesn't play. This week, and again, you got another guy coming home, Zay Flowers, who's a damn good player. Off to a good start, even though he doesn't have a lot of touchdowns. He's got 41 catches, almost 500 yards. But they got their guys. Rashad Bateman's going to play. DeAndre Hopkins, a good player. Mark Andrews, and a guy that's just absolutely chewed us up, Isaiah Likely. I don't know. How's he play? He's only got 5 catches. He used to get 5 catches against us and a half.
Well, Ravens have put up some good numbers against us in the past.
And they got 2 real good running backs. Derrick Henry, the decision maker, you have to decide if you're going to tackle him or not, and Justice Hill. So anyway, that's
so what do? Do you sell out to stop the run still and just say, hey, Lamar,
I
sit back there and throw? But
always think it's about you got to stop the run. And last week was a great example. They stopped the run. They got Atlanta in a whole bunch of 3rd and long situations and put a lot of pressure on a quarterback that was just sitting in the pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Lamar ain't going to sit in that pocket. If that thing looks like it's going to break down, unless he's not 100%, and he sees somebody that doesn't stay where they're supposed to, he is going to take off and run. Lamar will run. He's averaging almost 8 yards a carry in his first 4 games that he played.
Yeah. Just the shocking thing, like with last week's game, too, is that Bijan did nothing.
No, they shut him down.
Everyone was like, oh, just pound his over.
And
whatever it is, just take it.
And they didn't even try to throw him the football very much. He's a really good pass. I tell you what, I don't know if they got thrown out of their game plan or what it was, but they got totally outcoached by our coaching staff to start with. That was a big one. But it's a great question. They're a little more balanced in their offense, but they're not putting up big numbers. But again, they got a lot of guys back. Where you got to get them is, and again, Tua and those guys are playing. This defense has not been very good. The Ravens defense is not very good. So you got to score. I don't expect this to be a 2019 game, do you? 21-19,
I could see it being a lower scoring game.
I don't see. I see it on the higher end. What's the over-under on this? Just give me over-under.
Question. I know
give me the over-under.
Spread was at, at 7, right?
Yeah. They're counting on the old Ravens showing up, which they haven't seen. A lot of that.
50.5.
50.5?
8, by the way, now.
50.5. So I see an over in that game.
It's a lot of touchdowns.
Yeah.
A lot of touchdowns.
Defense going to have to change their game plan a little bit because you have a quarterback. You're going from Kirk Cousins to Lamar Jackson. Let's start with that. The most athletic and best running quarterback in the history of the NFL and he'll keep plays alive outside the pocket and looking to throw to guys down the field.
I'll give you more props tomorrow, but
right.
They got Derrick Henry at 91.5 yards, so just about darn near 100 there.
This an interesting one because I'm listening to both teams and it sounds like the same locker room. Oh my God, we're back and it's just a different feel after beating Chicago, and now we get our guy back and things change and then the Dolphins yesterday. Those guys like, hey man, we just need to put together a complete game like we did. Now we're back home.
Well, these teams are playing for their seasons right now, essentially, right?
Yes.
You lose this game. I don't think there's any coming back from that.
I would agree for both teams. It makes it a really, really tough road. Now, they played one less game than we have. They got the bye week, and we haven't had ours yet. All right. Hey, Woody, let's go to break here. We got a lot more stuff to get to here this morning. Omar Kelly will join us, and I will tell you, man, the Dolphins got to be a lot more excited. Breakthrough for a lot of those young guys played their best games this season, including your left guard and your running back and your safety. So, and the defensive linemen playing better and better and better. Hey, right now, let's talk about your South Florida Chevy dealers this morning. Man, it's truck month, and we got great deals going on. If you looking for a new truck, boy, we got durable bad boys over there. The durable Colorado with a standard Turbo Max engine and impressive torque. Always a great look for you if you just like a great looking truck. And then to the Silverado family, the Silverado 1500. Always ready, steady, and strong for you, delivering all the power you might need with all the advanced technology needed for the workday workhorse and the weekend warrior. How about a Silverado HD? Boy, the legendary horsepower and one of the hardest working beds in the business. Hey, whether you need a truck because that's what you drive with your family and you and your family love the truck, you do a little work out of it on the weekend, or you need a truck that works 5, 6, 7 days a week like you do, that's how you make a living. We got a durable truck that you'll love. Midsize, full-size, or heavy-duty trucks, Chevy pickups will never let you down. See your South Florida Chevy dealers today for outstanding offers going on right now.
things that he's done throughout his career. I can vividly remember when I was in college. I think he was in the NFL. He reached out to me and, you know, like told me that I was balling. And I thought that was like one of the coolest things. I think that was the year he won the MVP. But just the amount of respect that I have for him, who he is as a player. And then, you know, I've been hearing talks about, you know, what people say about him and whatnot, and how he handles himself and how he goes about his business. Very respectable, very commendable. And he's a baller. Like, that's just flat out what he is. And that's what he does. He's a game changer with what he can do in the pocket, throwing the ball deep on the run. And then he can, you know, make you miss with his legs as well. So I got a lot of respect for him.
All right, Tua talking about Lamar Jackson. It's pretty cool stuff to hear Tua talking about and what Lamar's been able to do. 2 MVPs so far in his career. God, I remember like yesterday, somebody asked him to run a 40-yard dash, and would he consider being a slot receiver? They should make those people come clean, right? Whoever said, you know, we don't know if Lamar's going to be a quarterback in the NFL, we should make every GM who said that or leaked that to somebody when that stuff was coming out. They didn't know, you know, he's too athletic and, you know, the other stereotypes that were going around, the Lamar Jackson kind of players. And now he's just flat out one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. And he's missed the last 3 games actually, with this right hamstring. And he'll be back. So I'm like everybody else. The fun of going into every game is, and you'll see it. You'll be able to see it for yourself. We saw it last week. Last week, Mike McDaniel had the best game plan I've seen him have in so long. I can't remember last time. He was dialed into everything, from getting the ball to his running backs to finding ways to get Waddle wide open, getting screens where nobody was out in front except 3 blockers. It was great. You don't usually get that. And so the defense played great, stopped the run. It's a little different this week. And you got 250-pound running back. Let's start with that one. And you got Lamar Jackson with is he gonna hand it off to Derrick Henry, or is he gonna take off and run to the outside? So it's a little different. I'm guessing getting ready for a healthy Lamar Jackson is not easy when you're trying to figure out how do you want to stop him. And they've got some pretty good weapons on the outside. Pretty good group. When you look at Flowers, Bateman, and Hopkins. Hopkins actually off to a nice little start, almost 20 yards a catch. Got a couple of touchdowns this season. And then they got their 300-pound fullback back. Always find that funny that we got a fullback that's that big. Anyway, so we have all that. That was Tua talking about it. And Thursday night football right down here at Hard Rock Stadium, as the Dolphins and both teams off to really, really bad starts and coming off both really good wins, right? To get to 2-5 for Baltimore and 2-6 for the Miami Dolphins, who have on deck, will be home to take on the Buffalo Bills. So you go from Lamar to Josh Allen, and then may have Daniels when you get to Washington. Could happen. How hurt is he? I don't even know what his injury is. I know one thing: they're not very good without him. That's not that thing looks a lot different too. Anyway, hey Woody, we had all these different stories. Are you going to tease the MJ load management thing? Were you going to talk about that later?
I'm going to play that for you. Yes.
All right.
I know you like that.
The
hamstring, by the way, for Jaden Daniels.
It is a hamstring.
Yeah.
The hamstrings are not doing well in the NFL right now.
So I hear.
Especially for the
yesterday, said Dan Quinn said that Daniels had a good rehab session and will participate in Wednesday's practice.
Yeah.
Now we don't know if he'll be a limited or full participant. It's the only thing we don't know yet, Joe.
Well, I can tell you in today's world, they're going to make that real clear real soon. I'm guessing every time something happens, that the memo goes out from the league, right? Usually with a fine, but they want to make it clear that I don't think they want to tell the world about it, but they want to make sure they tell the teams like.
Well, I think this has been an especially bad week for gambling purposes, right?
Well, it's not just the NBA, to your point. I agree. Because now, it's not just the NBA. And then you got people at ESPN saying this could be an NBA cover-up, that they were hoping this Rozier thing would just go away.
I do not believe that at all. Do you? And I like a good sports conspiracy, but I think there's no chance the NBA covered this thing up.
I agree. That doesn't sound like an Adam Silver thing, knowing that if that blew up on you,
and it's not that stupid.
They've already got a bad situation. Let's be honest. That Clippers thing is still a mess, and everybody, came to the defense of the wealthiest owner in professional sports. But it's like, it's a bad look. Not
the cover-up's usually worse, but like I don't. Windhorst better hope he's got some accuracy to that claim.
Yeah. You know what? It is funny how we look at things. So I don't happen to think everybody's on the take in sports. I think 99.9% of the guys.
Do you believe in the honesty of the game?
I do.
The integrity.
I do. Hey, I'm not saying the coach doesn't know at the end of the game. He might. I think it'd be funny. I'm guessing there's no way they can look at their game when they're looking at all the information. There's going to be a point spread there. And I think some of the coaches say, hey, we're 10-point underdogs, guys. They think we're going to get hammered, is what they're telling us. Don't you think teams will use that when they're getting ready for a game? Don't pay attention, college football. Don't pay attention. We're a 20-point favorite this week. That's what they want.
Well, I think it's tough to avoid now.
It's always been there. Woody, before you were born, and they had games. They had a point spread next to it. It's just, we didn't have legalized gambling everywhere. We've always had bookies. Illegal bookies have been booking for a long time.
That's true. Just doing it legally now.
And so I get everybody wants information. We're studying, and hey, is Lamar playing this week or not? And, key position guys, are they going to be able to play? I don't know about to do with the prop bets. I've heard guys now say we need to get rid of prop bets.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah, they ain't going away. Too much money. I agree. They're going to police it. They're going to try to police it more.
Mean, the alternative is just to not, point shape, but that seems pretty easy.
The poker game, the poker game's a different situation.
Did you see? I saw a video. I think it was like on ABC News or something. They did a video of all the technology those guys were using.
Yeah, I don't.
Pretty fantastic.
Is it?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. They had these like special glasses, and then they would write on the cards like the number of the card, and it was like special glasses. You could see it.
Oh my God!
They have a table.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Apparently you could see through the table from the bottom, but you couldn't from the top. Like, it was just very, very bizarre stuff.
Oh man. So the mob got a hold of some real sophisticated stuff.
Well, that's what they said. They said the mob's got the tech now. It's like different from the old days.
They went out and got some high tech kid. He goes, I got this for you. Are you going to work for us now, kid?
Less muscle, more tech.
Man.
What
do you got to tell you?
Smart now.
It seems like, does it seem like all the time something new pops up? Not that illegal poker games are taking place, but the fact
that they're ripping rich people off?
No, that's been going on. But there's four.
I don't know.
There's four mob families. 4 of the 5 big crime families in New York are still alive and well.
Yeah, that's
because the mob. They took the
mob
mob down once and for all. Now they're back. Hey, the kids have done a nice job for us.
Yeah, I did not think that was
the grandkids.
It's cool though.
Just
good story.
Unbelievable.
Well, a good story for a movie.
So you know what I'm thinking? If you watch all these mob movies, or you like the cartel, if you still believe in all that stuff, well, it's out there. It's just not as powerful as it once was. Everything goes back 70s and 80s when things were rolling around here, right? And we're a big part of it down here in South Florida. We have all these buildings because of cocaine, in case you didn't notice that. The original big buildings, a lot of them were built on cocaine.
Yeah, so the original, not all of them.
No, not now. That was the old days. Cocaine was like gold back then.
Yeah, now they're just more like little laundered money and stuff. But
anyway, man, this hearing those names and you're going, oh my God.
I had never heard any of this. I thought it was very interesting. Like, you think Netflix probably working on a documentary on this right now. Right?
How the hell is a head basketball coach for a professional team involved get tied in with the mob?
Ripping people off?
How? And, if he was broke and we found out, oh, Chauncey Billups, he lost $50 million in a bad investment. But you made over $100 million as a player, and you're the head coach in the NBA. They don't pay head coaches in professional sports down here in today's sports anywhere.
What do you make it through one game this season?
I don't know. Was it? I don't even remember how.
Well, I think so, because
it was.
Terry
It was one.
Pulled after the first game.
It was
right?
one game. You're right. It was.
Right. He got pulled in Orlando.
Anyway, Woody.
Did you see another story about Terry? They're going to keep coming out with stuff about him. Apparently, he owed the IRS like $8 million.
I didn't see it. I didn't want it.
I
did not want
to.
What
does it matter at this point, right?
So I just want to take away from how well the Heat are playing, and they're zoned in, and they're not letting Rozier at the end of the bench, or Jimmy Butler being gone, and they're not going, or talking about Tyler Hero being injured. They just go out and they score 144 points. Norman Powell out with a little groin. Okay, we're going to score. A whole bunch of guys been waiting to get a chance. Thank you. Put me in the starting lineup. Okay, Mr. Larson, 17 points. Unbelievable story, man. Unbelievable start. That think after 4 games, the Miami Heat would be leading the league in scoring.
Texter here said, damn, even the mob is using tech to cut the workforce. They are, man. A lot of that AI and stuff going on out there. Even the mob is they're up to date.
Hey, Woody.
That'll be a new mob movie for you with the mob tech.
Oh, some
of the stuff is really wild, though.
By the way, we usually have a documentary come out, like something happens and somebody is going, hey, people are interested in this. Let's slap this together real quickly. All right. Hey, we've got a lot of stuff still to get to here this morning. I want to tell you, talking to Chev, the CEO of Loctite Impact Windows, Doors, and Roofing, he says, hey, Joe, man, you see what's going on? I go, no, I'm watching it. I'm watching what's going on in Jamaica and Cuba, and, man, we hope everybody over there is okay. You get a Category 5 hurricane, man, and listen, we've been lucky. We've been real lucky here in South Florida, but you're messing around with just a matter of time here. And if you're looking for some company to really take care of you, Loctite Impact Windows, Doors, and Roofing, they do it all. You got an old leaky roof, replace your old roof now, and you can pay later. Loctite Impact offers the highest quality roofing materials with lifetime warranty plus thousands of 5-star reviews. Save big on their legendary state-of-the-art Impact Windows and Doors. Impact Windows as low as $6 per window per month installed. Don't wait for the next storm. Visit LoctiteImpact.com. Again, LoctiteImpact.com, or you can call 954-500-LOCK. They got a big staff over there, knowledgeable people that will answer the phone and get the whole process started. Covering all of South Florida, Loctite Impact Windows, Doors, and Roofing.
now, it's time for Hollywood's headlines. Without further ado, here's Hollywood.
Finally, Woody, we're back together. What do you have for us here today?
All right, Joe. Well, you mentioned MJ. And so I guess the way they're doing this.
Let me call Bo. I was going to call Bo so he could hear this for us. Kim Bo Camper, if you're up, and if he's not, can somebody call him? Please call Kim. We want Bo to hear this.
All old sports guys like to hear.
He loves this.
Guys.
This is what he wants to hear.
So I guess the way they're doing this is they just did one kind of long interview, and they're just going to keep snipping it up throughout the right. Like I guess
I know he wasn't cheap.
Yeah,
he didn't go, hey, I just want to be back involved. Don't worry about the money, NBC.
I didn't, figure Jordan is not going to sit there and just let it rip right on live TV.
He gets a little documentary flavor in there.
Yeah, but he's a little heavily edited. But anyway, this was pretty good here. So he's with Mike Tirico and asked about load management. Here you go.
The term load management has become such a hot button in the NBA.
I know you were going to talk about that one.
Because you played 80 games a lot. You played 82. What do you think of when you hear the term load management thrown around?
It shouldn't be needed, first and foremost. I never wanted to miss a game because it was an opportunity to prove. It was something that I felt like, the fans are there to watch me play. I want to impress that guy way up on top who probably worked his ass off to get a ticket or to get money to buy the ticket.
You really cared about the guy who sat in the top deck at the Palace in Auburn Hills to watch you when you came to Detroit?
Yeah, because I know he's probably yelling at me, and I want to shut him up. He's calling me all kinds of names. I definitely want to shut him up.
Right.
You have a duty that if they're wanting to see you, and as an entertainer, I want to show, right? So if the guys are coming to watch me play, I don't want to miss that opportunity. Now, physically, if I can't do it, then I can't do it. But physically, if I can do it, and I just don't feel like doing it, that's a whole different lens.
So give me the first time that you came to that fork in the road in your career where you could have sat down and missed a game, but you fought through.
Started my career.
Okay.
I twist my ankle. And I had a teammate. He says, "You twist your ankle, young fella. Come over and sit with me. This is you need to." I said, "No, man. I'm trying to make a name for myself. There's no way I can sit. I need to get out there and show what I'm capable of. I want to play. I want to win. I want to make an impact." And I twisted my ankle. I taped it up and I went back out and I played. I always felt that. I always felt the necessary need that I could never leave my comrades out if I could perform, right? Even if I couldn't. Utah, great example. Everybody said the flu game. It's a game 5, which is a very pivotal game. I was going to find a way to get out there, even if I was a decoy. Well, once I got out there, you never know how, pushing yourself, you never know what happens, right?
So that night you got out there and you found you could do more than you thought you were going to be able to.
Next thing you know, the emotions, the situation, the need of the team, all those things catapulted me to, I'm going to gut this thing out. Back to your point of what load management is, you play basketball 2.5 hours a day, 3 hours a day, right? That's your job. That's what you get paid to do as an NBA player. What are you doing the other 21 hours? I mean, to me, that's when you should be preparing for your next day of work or your next, challenge. Now, I'm the worst. Maybe I'm not one of the guys that you would probably model that, or
I was going to say, did you do that every time?
But you should think about that in retrospect of what load management really is. I always felt like one is a sense of pride for the fans that are paying.
Right.
2 is a sense of, making sure that I stay sharp. I'm not going to lose it. And 3, I want our rhythm as a team to always be there. It can disrupt that synergy that's happening.
Wow. Bo, you listening?
That was pretty good.
I think Bo just drove off the road. He's screaming at everybody. Did you hear that? Jerky!
Different time.
Yeah, I'm guessing, hey, back-to-back. Hey, Michael, we're on the road back-to-back. Hey, I'm going to take the second night off. Yeah.
I did think it was pretty funny where he goes, I'm not exactly the person to model that after. He's talking about, what to do in the downtime there.
No, he liked to gamble. He liked to get to casinos. And I know somebody played in some of the late-night games that those guys just step and play poker in somebody's room. And he didn't go to bed early. He was a night owl. And apparently, by the way, he's the first guy I ever heard of play golf so much on his day off. That was relaxation. How about early? I think he played on game day sometimes. Then go out and score 40 at night.
Pretty impressive.
Different dude, man. Different dude.
Yep. All right.
I do love it. It's part of, by the way, isn't that all part of his greatness, what you just heard?
Yeah, I'd love to hear more from him. I know they're going to have snippets of it throughout, but
they went, NBC goes, okay, we got our money's worth in that first part.
Yeah, right. All right, Joe. World Series games 1 and 2 averaged just about 12.5 million viewers here through 2 games. So they're doing pretty good so far to start this thing. I know that they're getting big ratings in Canada as well. So
yeah.
So far so good here for the
one thing about Canada, unless I'm wrong, some Canadians out there living down here. You got one team, whether it's Edmonton in hockey, whether it's Toronto in basketball. I'm guessing the whole country goes, hey man, this is our chance, right? These are our guys. They all of a sudden become the country and not just one city. So
okay. You saying the United as a country behind the Blue Jays?
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't think that?
I have no idea.
Think they're
I don't know much about guys. We found out yesterday, neither of us could name one famous Canadian.
Has nothing to do with this topic, jackass. Okay. Has nothing to do.
Similar topic.
Go ahead.
Last one here for you. Remember yesterday we did the biggest card loss ever? What are you laughing about?
Yeah.
That was one of the most insane things you've ever said. You realize that, right?
No.
Okay.
I think all of Canada is behind Toronto.
Okay. You know, they're like a country like us, right?
What's that mean?
I don't know. Like, are we all rallying around the Dodgers right now?
No.
Okay.
I'm not. I think most people want the Dodgers to lose. I think a lot of Americans want the Dodgers to lose. Okay. That's how much they dislike the Dodgers.
All right, let me.
Well, you're not much of a baseball guy, so go ahead. What else you got?
Yeah, that's what it is.
You don't have Northern California hatred, jerky.
Okay. I'm sure all of Canada is just rallying around the Blue Jays right now. All right. Anyway, Joe, our final one here. We had the biggest card loss ever yesterday. How about this one for a nice little gain here? We just had, this is a strange card, a 1977 Topps Star Wars Luke Skywalker, which if you know this card, this is recognized as Luke Skywalker's rookie card.
Just keep reading it, man. Don't look at me. You know I don't know anything. I wouldn't even know who he is. Go ahead.
You know who Luke Skywalker is?
I don't even know. No, go ahead. Just go. Just tell your story.
Okay.
You're starting to get to me today.
I'm a little surprised you know who Luke Skywalker is. But anyway, his PSA 10 sold Friday night, Joe, at Heritage Auctions for a record $268,400. Wow. That person that had that card bought it for $311 in 2015. So that's a good return on investment.
Man.
There are over 4,600, by the way, on this card. If you're interested in this card, they can be gotten pretty cheap here, in a lesser condition. But there's 4,680 graded examples by PSA. Just 9 are the Gem Mint 10s there. So that's why this is. There's just been 11 public sales of the card since 2010. So there's some rarity there on the.
You get a book like every day where somebody comes out and card's worth something. Is there? How do you find all?
Are you asking if I'm on some sort of newsletter?
Yeah, you got a newsletter comes to you like, look what sold today, there, Woody.
There's websites that I read. I don't know that there's necessarily a newsletter. If like, are you talking like a nerd newsletter?
Yeah,
you think just comes in the mail?
I mean, hey, Woody, look at this one.
They do have websites
for $2.50 a month.
I suppose they're also geared towards nerds. That's what you're calling us this morning, but
okay. Everybody's got.
All right, Mr. Canada.
Hey, I got to tell you, Mr. Canada has been on the road, and I've seen people dressed up, and it's been a Star Wars day, and they all come in their different outfits for the weekend, and they all get together, and you see them all walking in to the hotel that you're staying at and going, oh, my God.
Yeah. Star Wars is very popular.
Yeah.
You ever been to Disney recently? It's all over.
I have not
there.
been. I'm about ready.
To Disney. We'll get you on a Star Wars ride.
I'm about ready, Woody. It's getting closer.
You make the trip?
To me and
we're to get you
waiting for the
Chewbacca
grandkids.
Takes pictures with people out there. Why don't you get a picture with Chewbacca? See who's taller.
I want to take the grandkids, but I got to make sure they're
got a larger head.
They're all right to go a night or two without mom and dad. because I can't have that. I want my mom and dad. No, we're 3.5 hours away. That's not going to happen. So I got to wait.
Stuff them with sugar while they're out there.
I'll
It's good.
give them so much sugar. They got your kids all have stomach aches. Thanks for checking in. They can't talk right now. All right, Woody. Hey, we've got Omar Kelly going to join us. Mr. Canada here. You don't think people get behind Toronto, the whole country?
I would think they're similar to us as a country, but I don't know.
Ask everybody out here. Is anybody here rooting for Toronto?
Anyone
that cares about baseball?
Like from other parts of Canada?
No, from here.
From here.
You think? I think a lot of people.
Well, it's anti-American to root for the Blue Jays right now.
There's no anti-American. They're part of the league, man. So now you're part of this, like we don't like Canada thing?
No, I don't have any beef with Canada.
First of all, my wife's family's up there. I'm not saying that. And they're nice. And they're very nice.
You're part
people.
Canadian?
She is. She got a nice combination in. I know you're trying to figure out that one. She got a little bit of everything in her. Hey, right now I got to tell you about Gary and Harvey for just a second before we get to Omar Kelly. Boy, I'll tell you what. I'm talking about Harvey Cohen and Gary Judah, the partners of Cohen and Judah Injury Law Firm, personal injury attorneys. Let me see. Slip and falls, automobile accidents. You need somebody that when you make that call is going, you got us. There's not going to be any handoffs. There are no other attorneys. We didn't just hire somebody out of law school that looked like they're really good out of some college. We want to let you know it's us, man. You got our 30-plus years of experience, big enough to go to trial and get you multi-million-dollar results, small enough just to call you back, even on the weekends. You have a question, you can always get a hold of Harvey and Gary. How about that one? Hey, read the reviews, partners who you can always reach. Hey, I'm telling you right now, I tell everybody, just go to ConanJudah.com. 866-FAIR-FEE. It's 866-324-7333. And remember this, they don't pay other lawyers to do the work you hire them to do. Right.
This update is brought to you by Doral Hyundai, home of the price seats, our lowest price. Visit us at Doral Hyundai, DoralHyundai.com. Starting with the heat who crushed the Hornets 144-111. Jaime Jaquez led the scoring with 28. Next up, Miami will head to San Antonio to play the Spurs tomorrow night. On the ice, the Panthers fell in a shootout to the Ducks 3-2. Sam Reinhart scored late in the third to force OT. The Cats look to bounce back when they host the Stars on Saturday night. And in baseball, the Blue Jays tied the World Series at 2, beating the Dodgers 6-2. Game 5 is tonight with the first pitch at 8. The Joe Rose Show continues now.
I got a lot of respect for Lamar. The things that he's done throughout his career. I can vividly remember when I was in college. I think he was in the NFL. He reached out to me and, like told me that I was balling. And I thought that was like one of the coolest things. I think that was the year he won the MVP. But just the amount of respect that I have for him, who he is as a player. And then, I've been hearing talks about, what people say about him and whatnot and how he handles himself and how he goes about his business. Very respectable, very commendable. And he's a baller. Like, that's just flat out what he is. And that's what he does. He's a game changer with what he can do in the pocket, throwing the ball deep on the run. And then he can, make you miss with his legs as well. So I got a lot of respect for him.
Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa talking about Lamar Jackson. There, it's time to head out to the Toyota of Hollywood hotline. Shop over 2,000 Toyotas on sale at one location. Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood and Sheridan. ToyotaofHollywood.com, Joe.
All right, Woody, and let's bring him in. Omar Kelly, Miami Herald Dolphins columnist. Speaking of Lamar Jackson coming back home, been out the last 3 weeks, and you just heard Tua talking about all the things Lamar Jackson can do, and it's kind of a weird one, Omar, as I say good morning to you, that both Baltimore got a win last week, so they feel better, and of course now Lamar comes back, and the Dolphins put together their first complete game in a long time. They're feeling better. Let's get into how do you handle the whole Lamar Jackson? He's got Derrick Henry standing beside him back there in the shotgun at 250 pounds. And he's got weapons. He's got 2 good tight ends. He's got some good wide receivers led by Zay Flowers. What do you do?
You really contain the run. I think everything starts for the Dolphins in terms of you don't get the opportunity to rush the passer. You really don't get the opportunity to create turnovers unless you stop the run. Last week was probably the first time all season that they'd done a really effective job stopping the run. I think Cleveland was a step in the right direction, except for the 3 touchdowns and the 1 big run play. But they're finally playing on a string. They're finally playing like a connected defense. I'm curious to see if that was really just an aberration or if that's what they were building to, even though it takes forever to build to that, considering we're at game number 8. In terms of Lamar, I don't think there's any way to contain Lamar. He's probably the most electric quarterback in the NFL right now. 2-time MVP, I think.
Yep.
He is, to me, Anthony Weaver said something. You got to be sticky in your coverage because Lamar holds the ball longer than any other quarterback, and a lot of that is him just moving backwards or extending the play laterally to create opportunities for his receivers to get open. So to me, I know Lamar and Derrick Henry are dynamic weapons, but to me, the biggest challenge on this game is going to be the cornerbacks because a Zay Flowers and a DeAndre Hopkins, those are no slouches.
Yeah, no, they got a good group. Hey, on the other side of the ball, though, Tua coming off a nice bounce back game with the staff, and I thought the game plan was just fantastic. I know you and I have talked about that already, but this defense. Listen, the Ravens' defensive problems don't go away just because Lamar's coming back. They got to score some points. So this is a good opportunity to score some points against this defense.
Oh no, the Dolphins are definitely going to have to put up points. I don't know if there's been a game against the Ravens where you didn't have to score points to really be in the game. To me, it's going to come down to no mistake. Unfortunately, with this Dolphins team, their margin for error is extremely small, especially without Tyreek. You don't have that one player that could break the game on one specific play. And that's no disrespect to Devon Achane or Jalen Waddle. But Tyreek is a freak of nature. Lamar's a freak of nature. Derrick Henry's a freak of nature. All of those players are Hall of Famers. I'm not necessarily certain that Devon Achane and Jalen Waddle will be put in that category, but it's going to come down to effectively playing clean football and clean operation. And they got to that with the help of Frank Smith. I don't know if we're putting enough stock into Frank Smith going down to the field and all of the things that he helped address, not just a cleaning up operation and cleaning up substitutions but lifting of the energy.
I agree, man. I'm with you, Omar. I did not know, and I said this yesterday, it wasn't a shot at Frank Smith. I didn't know he had that kind of personality until I've seen it on the airplane. He greeted all the guys getting on the plane, and his relationship and respect that he gets, I get it. He is the offensive coordinator. Yeah, no, and here's the thing. Frank said yesterday, because we talked to him, he was like, yeah, Darren said now the team finally gets to know the real you. And this is who he'd been in New Orleans. This is who he'd been throughout his career with the Raiders. He'd always been on the field and handled the substitutions of the team. And as an offensive coordinator, he said, I had to go into the fishbowl, which is upstairs in the booth, and you can't do what you do, which is, energy and communication and orchestration. I mean, the one thing about Tua, and I know everybody thinks he's way too candid. I respect it and appreciate it because it helps give me stories. But Tua drops hints all the time. When he talked after Cleveland about how he had issues managing the orchestration of the offense and, guys not knowing basically where they're supposed to line up and, conducting traffic, before he has to snap the ball, read the defense and snap the ball. Tua was basically saying, help me. Like, y'all need to help me. Like, and that was a cry to the coaches. And so I'm glad to see that they responded and really did what they needed to do to clean up their play and clean up their execution. And, Mike talked about it. It's like getting to the huddle faster and getting out the huddle faster. That's going to help us execute better. And it's the speed and the pace. And that's what we saw against the Falcons. I'm not saying that Tua's going to throw 4 touchdowns on Thursday night or another time this season. But the one thing we know about Tua is he pretty much plays a clean game outside of when he starts committing turnovers in bunches. We'll get 3 clean games and then a turnover in bunches game. That's pretty much how he plays. Now, the question is, can we clean up the operation even more and just get back to consistent, efficient Tua? Well, I got to tell you, to your point, though, it was a great game plan. Guys did seem to be more organized. I totally agree. And I'm with you on the Frank Smith thing. It just makes me shake my head and scratch my head and go, why didn't we get to this a little bit earlier? But anyway, hey, I wanted to ask you.
It's problem solving, Joe. You get a problem and you figure out how to solve it.
Couple months later. I got you. No, hey, so
hey, listen, I used to be a couple seasons later with Joe Philbin, so a couple months doesn't
all right.
Couple months doesn't bother me.
Okay. Hey, we had a breakthrough. I thought the rookie class had a little bit of a breakthrough.
Yeah.
We knew it was coming a little bit. For everybody out there might have mentioned we might have to start benching guys. I was like, no, you got to let them the growing pains as long as they don't lose their confidence. And I think we had it for a lot of guys. What'd you think?
You know what? You were preaching to me on that one because some of those rookies, man, they looked like they were swimming and they were thrown into a 10-foot pool and they were drowning. I wanted to send them a lifeline, but Jonah finally played. It wasn't a clean game, but it was a respectable game. And no offensive lineman is going to have a clean game. Very rarely ever, even though Patrick Paul's had a couple clean games. But Jonah's turning the corner, and I say this all the time, and people think it's an excuse, but I'm sorry. A quarterback that doesn't feel comfortable in the pocket is going to rush his throw, and he's going to be antsy, and he's going to be uncomfortable. Tua's offensive line, pass protection-wise, has been bad this season. Nobody can argue that. There are times we see the ball is snapped, and the defender's right in his face about to destroy him. Like, so what do you want him to do half the time? You want him to scramble around and juke a guy and play Dan Marino, step up in the pocket. Like, these aren't even step up in the pocket situations. These are just like, oh my God, the interior of my pocket is compromised. My face is not clean. I can't see anything. I'm scrambling for my life. Well, they finally kept him. I think they've had 2 games where they've really, I think they're 2 wins too. They've really kept him clean. And that's the growth and development of Jonah. Larry Borum's also gotten better over the course of the season. And, you know, I guess Cole Strain is doing fine, but it's just a step in the right direction. But I also point out that the play action game, keeping that alive, that's Tua's strength. Tua needs you to not know what he's going to do. If you know he's in a pass situation, okay, what's most defenses going to do? They're going to cloud the middle of the field and step into his passing lanes. And hope he turns the ball over. Okay, well that's not really hard to do. But then when you have the threat of the run and all these misdirection things that the Dolphins are doing, Tua can throw his accurate passes and catch guys in stride, and that's what this offense is.
The other guy that's getting better and better is Ollie Gordon. I got to tell you, man, he's a bruiser. He's taking care of one of the biggest problems we had a year ago. 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, down on the goal line. This guy seems like he gets it every time. And you know it's coming. And then on top of that, has a catch on one of those plays you're just talking about. Great play action coming the other way and scoring a 20-yard touchdown. He just looks like, and nothing against Jalen Wright, that's going to be hard for him to get that second spot.
I think that's not even a competition.
But I don't want to get
anymore.
rid of Jalen Wright now. I think Jalen Wright is, I didn't want to get rid of him. No, I said it. I said it. You're not saying it.
He's a little sour though, Joe. He's a little sour right now. And you know, it's fine. You'll figure it out. You'll work it out. You know, this is what happens in the NFL. Guys step up when opportunities presented themselves, and Ollie stepped up. And Ollie addressed a major issue that this team has had. But more than that, I think he's balancing out their rushing attack because he could do outside zone, he could do power runs,
yes,
and man scheme, and that allows you to diversify it. So every team isn't thinking, oh, they're just going outside, they're just going outside, they're just going outside, and that's really what the Dolphins' offense has been for. You know, they play laterally, and. You know, the screens lateral, the motions lateral, the outside runs lateral. Well, Ollie's just straight at you, and that he has stepped up so much. Dante Trader stepped up. Kenneth Grant has stepped up.
Dante Trader had some nice plays the other day, filling in.
Yeah, I think he's been the one guy from a rookie standpoint, other than Jonah, who's had a starting spot every game, except for the one
he didn't
game.
Get to play. Yeah,
he didn't get to play, but that's a shoulder injury. It wasn't a demotion. It was a shoulder injury, and I think he was forced into action last week because of all the injuries they had in the secondary, and they're still going through those injuries now. Every single safety's hurt.
So anyway, before I let you go here, I just want to ask you, how do you like this matchup overall, especially? The other part of this is that trade deadline on Tuesday, because everybody can't help it, especially nationally. And I know we got 4 or 5 guys that are hearing their name a lot. Has it affected those guys?
They've heard it. They know it. I'm sure the Dolphins have sat down with some and had some conversations. And like, hey, we're not, I think Jalen Watt, I think they've had a conversation like, dude, we're not trying to trade you. I think
you can't stop people from asking for you too.
No,
and,
absolutely.
And I tell everybody, Chris is talking to everybody, but that's his job. Don't read into it so much. Like, his job is to hear what's out there. That's part of his job.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think we probably will see a trade. I think, even though there's a Calais Campbell's on the move out there again on trade block for a contender. You know the situation with Calais. Everybody wants to help him get a ring. And, I don't know if some team's going to step up and offer whatever it takes. I would go for Calais Campbell before I go for a Jalen Phillips or a Bradley Chubb. That's just me personally. But I think if some team wants to offer up a 4th-round pick for Jalen Phillips or Bradley Chubb, I think that deal gets done. When you look at just, okay, you're going to get a compensatory pick for Jalen Phillips if you let him go in free agency. And even if you do let him go in free agency, I mean, even if you do trade him, you'll still have an opportunity to re-sign him back in free agency. So why would you not take the 4th round pick? Obviously, he doesn't want to move. He doesn't want to, this is home for him. But the reality is, like, bro, and this is what I love this point in a player's career when they realize this is not a sport, this is not a team, this is a business. And
it is a team. It is a team, but it is business.
It's not.
It is business.
No, it's not. It's not team. It's business. Business over everything, Joe. That's the problem with the NFL. Business over everything. Like they don't care. They don't care how great. They cut Dan Marino. They fired Don Shula. Business, Joe.
Dan Marino was the ultimate team guy every day he played, and he wanted to make sure you were too. There was no talk of money.
Did he get cut? Did he get thrown?
I don't know. After 20 years, yeah, it's a cold business. It's absolutely cold. I agree. At some point, it's cold to everybody, including GMs and head coaches. It's cold.
You're right.
It's cold to everybody. Hell, it's going to be cold to us.
Yep, you're right. It is a cold business, but I and that's the reality of what's going to happen on Tuesday. You offer the right price, and you get what you want. I don't think anybody's going to offer that. Bradley's going to be released or restructured in the offseason. I think he's having a solid season. Jalen Phillips is just a situation. Jalen's having a good year without the sack productivity.
Yeah, he's had some good pressures. He has. You're right.
The pressures are high. If he was delivered on his sacks, he'd be $100 million player.
Yeah.
And the question is, and the funny thing is, this has been who he is throughout his career. He's always missed on a dozen sacks. And I don't know what helps guys finish, but he's got to learn how to finish.
He'd like to have one back, I know. He'd like to have one sack at the end of a game back they had right there. He beat his man, did everything. Just like to bring that 6'6", 240-pound dude down. Hey, Omar, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you coming on. Thank you.
Omar
Kelly from the Miami Herald joining us, talking a little bit about the Miami Dolphins, Thursday Night Football, Lamar and Tua going at it. Atlantic Men's Clinic going at it to help you get rid of low T and ED. Man, are you going through it right now? You're a little embarrassed. It's one of those topics, especially the ED part. Guys I've noticed will come clean on the low T. They have a little problem talking about the ED. I know. So your energy level's down. It's going to happen to every guy, by the way. Low T and ED is going to happen to every guy out there. It does not discriminate. Every guy. Doesn't matter what size, doesn't matter what color. Everybody gets ED and low T. Sometimes in your early 40s, sometimes you stay lucky enough to get it in your 60s. I got to tell you, when you do get it firsthand, it sucks. And I got to tell you, Atlantic Men's Clinic takes care of it. I went in there, got the testing done, the PSA test. I met with their professional staff. And I realized, living down here now for a while, Atlantic Men's Clinic is just a little different than all the rest of these places. They do it the right way, the professional way. They police your program to make sure you are getting the best results. So you got to set up that first appointment. 7 locations in South Florida to serve you, including a brand spanking new one in Hollywood. They're all first-class places. You'll be impressed when you walk through that front door. 877-455-7300. You got to set up the first appointment. Go in and hear what they have to say. Get the testing. Do the program. You'll have great results really fast at AtlanticMen'sClinic.com. ask you, man, just to take a break here 1 second. You get excited for Halloween. I know the boys do, right?
Boys are fired up, man.
So
They've been decorating for a while here.
You thought about leaving your neighborhood, and like when I was a kid, we used to, there were different parts of Marysville back then. It was a small town, but there was a little area where the homes were a lot bigger. There's a little area in the corner where it was
where they hand out the full-size chocolate bars.
Yeah, it had a lot of different personalities in this 10,000 people who lived in this town,
Gotcha.
surrounded by two rivers. So I mean, there was no connection, but we made sure, and we used to go twice. Hit it twice. Make sure don't go too early again where they go, hey, I just saw you. Gave you one big fat candy bar jerky. Why do you need another one?
Smart. No, we've loaded up on candy, so hopefully we're good to go.
You're good. And then you never know the Rose family,
You always bring in a lot of candy.
This Rose
afterwards.
brings in.
Yeah, you guys must buy a lot.
I don't keep it. So I wanted to tell you, and it's no big deal, and I'm not trying to stir up any trouble in my neighborhood or anything else.
Okay.
So after what happened 2 years ago,
I remember
scaring the kids.
Yeah.
Became a big thing, and my wife kind of killed it and took away all my toys that helped me scare children. That's all right. That's all right. I'm fine.
I was actually disappointed to find out about this because I want to bring the kids by and have you scare them.
So yesterday, lady in the neighborhood, walking her dog, and still had a young child with her. I guess a little bit of exercise and getting out. I was out in front. Says to me, it's no big deal. Again, I'm not stirring it up, and I'm not looking for trouble in the neighborhood. And I promised my wife I would not stir up any trouble with neighbors. And you're never going to be 100% on neighbors you like, right? There's always, if you live someplace long enough, right now I'm pretty good, especially with my neighbors around me. It's good. The lady says to me, so are you going to be scaring children this year?
Okay.
And so I took a lot of grief last time this did happen. And so I said, no. I said, I can't believe you even bring it up. I mean, I don't know what you're talking about. Like I have fun with the kids, but I'm not trying to scare them. They come home and have, bad dreams for, 2 weeks. So she made a comment, and it wasn't done nicely. It was a little edge to it. And, I let it go. I'm just, again, not sure we're going to be at the house because might be going to see my grandkids. Not sure if we'll be back or where we're going to be, but something I enjoyed so much, scaring children.
I think it's a shame because I think kids like that, don't they?
No, not the little one.
I don't know exactly what you were doing, but like, I don't know. Our kids, like, they laugh, you jump out and you scare them. They love that
Woody,
stuff.
last year we didn't have very many trick-or-treaters. So
I know last year was a dry year for you.
So she says to me, that comment, and then my neighbor said, hey, man, do you have a lot of trick-or-treat? I go, no, actually, it's way down. He goes, I think, like, what you did to that guy in the air, I think that, I said, Dave, I don't have to come to the house. I mean, if you got little kids and they're scared. Like,
what were you doing? Were you dressing up as like the boogeyman and jumping out of the bushes?
So we have some live things that look there that kind of move a little bit, the
inflatables. Yeah.
Well, no, but they look more. Yeah, they are. So anyway, I was next to him, and I'm an alpha, and I don't move, and then I just jump out. The 6'4" guy jumps out with the outfit on.
Okay. Yeah, I can see why that'd be scary, but I think most kids would laugh, wouldn't they?
Well, occasionally you get an older one goes, that didn't scare me. Now, can I get my candy? You get a little bit of both.
You'll probably get some that are a little weaker that will cry.
Man, ever since I was a little kid, I liked Halloween. I'm not a Halloween hater. I'm not.
That's great.
Kids like to load up on candy.
I think it's a shame. By the way, you're more than welcome to come over to my house and scare my kids if you want.
No.
Because I know you used to love Halloween. It was your favorite holiday.
We do have some of the stuff still at the house. I have a little joke that put it around this big this big scary creature jumps out and come around the corner. It's funny. Okay. It still gets me. I'm thinking about what my day was like coming in the house. But anyway.
Well, if you want to stop by, if your wife's giving
Thank
you a hard
you, Woody.
time, you come by, you scare as many
Thank
kids
you,
in my
Woody.
neighborhood as you want.
Well, listen, you let those kids stay out as long as they want. Like, hey,
Yep.
I'm not tired, Dad. Can we go one more round?
Well, it's a Friday night.
Yeah, there's no excuses.
So,
yeah.
Really let it rip.
Yeah, some of our TV time we'll give up. Can we just keep going? Yeah, okay, let's do that.
We got a noon Canes game on Saturday, but we'll let it rip though on Friday.
Well, I'll tell you what, with everything going on right now, it is just I wish we could keep this going a month with World Series tied at 2-2. The Heat, the highest scoring team in the NBA. Just a great story. Jaime Jaquez. Jaime, you know what Jaquez. Are you kidding me? 28 points in 28 minutes, playing with ridiculous confidence. I think Jaime said, hey, man, I love this new system, Spo, you put in for us. Bam, playing out of his mind, is taking over this team. Wiggins, a nice little 21. Ware, a 14-9. Larson goes from the end of the bench, gets in the starting lineup because Norman Powell's out. He looked good.
Yeah, that was probably the most impressive part of last night, right? Norman Powell's probably been your best player, and then he sits.
They don't
you
miss
get that
beat.
news, yesterday that he's questionable.
You scored. You already had your third or fourth high scoring game in Memphis, and you come back with another 100. We were worried about scoring on this team. Well, we're going to defend it, and Spo goes, well, let's not worry so much about defending. If they score, we're going to beat them back down the field, and we're going to score. And they are getting to the basket, getting great shots, alley-oop, dunks. I mean, it has been so much fun. This new up-tempo 3-1, like I said, 144 points last night, 146 against Memphis, averaging 131, the most in the NBA after 4 games. And they're 3-1. I mean, it doesn't do any good if you're scoring and you're giving up 180. But, man, this is
doesn't have the feel of a play-in team, though, right?
No. And you know what else, Woody? Spo's doing something completely different. And these guys are all in on what Spo is teaching. They're all in, man.
Forget, because there's a couple rough years, but the guy's one of the best, if not the best coach going in the league right now.
He still gets that. And I was like, wow, Spo won it again.
Yeah, well, that was the reason they let him coach that USA team.
That too.
Yeah.
All that stuff comes into play, the things we don't see with Spo. But I'm just so much fun. Panthers shorthanded, still fight their way back 2-2 in the third before losing in a shootout last night. But again, a lot of great stuff going on. Thursday night football, Canes on the road for an early game on Saturday. Man, we got a lot. Inter Miami getting set for their second game up in Nashville for the MLS first round of the playoffs. Man, it's just
you missing anything here? My God, man.
I don't know, man, but if
you
like sports,
a lot of games.
If you need little entertainment, it's a good time to be getting it right now. Hey, I want to tell you about my friends at Around the Clock Air Conditioning and Plumbing. I tell you, still family owned and operated. Yes, we lost Big Daddy Lenny, the man that started this a few years ago. But I will tell you, his son Eric and the rest of them over there, Mike and Chippy, have been doing a great job. It's still about great service. It's 37 years in the business. It's 135 trucks on the road every day, 7 days a week, trained and certified technicians, licensed, experienced plumbers. They went out and hired the best plumbers in the business. And we have a warehouse full of water heaters and air conditioning units, all different sizes, so we can get to you quickly when you know that water heater is shot and you know that air conditioning unit you had is done. That's what it's all about. Hey, we got a lot of great things going on. Financing plans to help you out. Same-day installation is always the goal, and great people working ready to make sure you have a great experience. Make sure when you call them, you say Joe Rose said to give them a call, whether it's for plumbing problems or any kind of air conditioning problem. They are ready to go for you. All you have to do, you see the billboards, that beautiful lady on the billboards, 1-888-349-6922 for Around the Clock Air Conditioning and Plumbing. And welcome back. 2 days before the big day. It's kind of a weird one having on a Friday, Halloween on a Friday. Great for the kids.
Would be on a Saturday next year, right? Is that how it works usually? It's like one day later, year by year.
I don't know, Woody. That's why I got you. I can't remember.
I think that's how it works.
But
people are very upset about this whole situation here.
About what?
The Halloween situation. They're actually, and I don't want to go down this road, but they're not happy with your wife since you turned your house into a no fun zone.
She said she had to do it because I'd taken things too far. So she stopped putting all the stuff out in front.
I don't think you can take things too far on Halloween. But
my wife doesn't like any kind of confrontation. She wants to be in the background. She just wants peace and love everywhere. She just does.
Well, I don't know my neighbors yet. So if you want to come by and
it'll be a matter of time.
Yeah, come by and rile them up a little bit. But
yeah, no. Hey, man.
You got to do your thing, though, man. You live for Halloween.
I do like it. I did like it.
You used to scare people around the building until you got reprimanded for that, too.
I do understand that if you're going to scare, you got to be careful scaring really, really young kids when the moms bring them early to get candy. I do. Because, sometimes
so you think the early crowd is the weaker
crowd. The early crowd is not that. It's just they're the youngest and they're still kind of attached to mom. They want to get the candy, but can you kind of...
I don't buy any of this, though, man. I don't subscribe to this. I think kids think it's funny when they get scared.
It's a different time. It's not like when, I was 2 years old. My parents threw me out and said, go get candy. You're on your own. Kids knocked you around a little bit out there.
When you were how old?
I just made it up.
Say 2? Okay. I thought you said.
I'm just being an idiot right now, man.
Well, hey, man, things were different in your day, though, right?
Oh, man.
You could walk around the neighborhood when you were younger.
So
safe out there.
Yeah. But Halloween's been so the one year I had the bet with my wife. I said, hey, she goes, well, let's just shut it down. I said, if you shut it down, and she said, let's just leave the candy out in front. She trusts everybody. I said, listen, you put that candy out in front. I'm just telling you right now, the candy's going to be gone by the first teenage, because the teenagers come a little bit later. The older crowd of Halloween, there should be an age on that thing, but the kids in high school come around at the end. I said, the first one, she goes, no way. Not in our development. She thinks that gate out in front's going to stop it. So I watched. And that first little dirty bastard, he took the whole thing. He grabbed it.
Yeah.
He flipped it up, put it into his pillowcase. Gone. Took off for him.
That's why you got to be out there scared.
I had to chase him.
These kids.
I had to chase the kid. Gets, hey. Yeah, I didn't let him have all that. Went right to where he was. Knocked on the door, and I said, your kid's got to give some of the candy back. I can't.
I think you're a great ambassador for Halloween. I mean, look at you trying to keep order with like the candy stealing.
Listen, I'm not saying I was an angel. I'm not saying I'm an angel, but if you get caught, it's like, you dash and dine, you get caught, you got to pay. And if you get caught knowing, please just, take a few pieces of candy and, don't take the whole thing so other kids tonight can have candy too. Hey, listen, man. And I'm not saying, Woody, would you have done it too? Nobody else is around. I wasn't mad at the kid. I just said, you got to give some back. Yeah. I mean, I might've got, a little more into it, but it's years now. So
I end up eating a lot of the candy my kids get anyway. So I like eating the stuff. I know it's not good for you,
but if somebody left their candy out when I was a kid,
you take it all
of it, of course.
Yeah.
What do you think? If I thought I could get away with it, and the guy with me said, we got to take this whole thing.
About the kid that comes after you, man?
Exactly. That's what. Now I'm preaching the other side. Yeah. Exactly. You can't do that, man. What a fraud. I'm a Halloween fraud is what I am. A Halloween fraud.
I think you're a great ambassador for the holiday. You always have been.
No, don't worry.
And I think it's a shame that you've been shut down here.
I will tell you, there's a lot of great stuff that's up in the garage that will not be coming down this year. We're going to look like we're almost not home.
Really?
It's that bad. Sad.
That is sad. You want to swing by, scare a few people?
Nah.
Just tell your wife you're coming over.
It's time to grow up. It's time to grow up. There's no reason.
Bring your boogeyman costume and
no time to go through that, man. No time.
Kids will love it.
Kids still jump to different neighborhoods, though. No one wants a neighborhood gets a good reputation for the candy. You got to hit it.
I have no idea.
I think you're in a pretty good neighborhood. I saw where you are. You're good.
We're gonna try our neighborhood this year.
I
see
can't
how-
wait.
see how
First
it
year in
goes.
a new neighborhood.
I
Can't
know.
wait.
That's why I'm saying you
And
come
by the
over
way,
and really set the tone.
Hey, I gotta be honest. If the mom or dad are out there and their neighbors say, "Hey, I'm your new neighbor," be friendly. I know I'm serious. Go the extra mile. Hey, how you doing? I'm Hollywood. I live down here. You know, I'm Danny. Hey, I'm nice to
Well, what
meet
do they,
you. This
like-
is my wife and kids.
But then do they like come over to your house and ask for like if they're missing an ingredient they're cooking or
Yes,
something? They come over
it's
and-
probably
is that
yes.
the kind of thing neighbors do?
Oh
Because
my
I'd prefer
God.
that didn't
I know
happen.
you did. Oh my God, I knew it. I knew it was gonna get.
I'm just saying.
I knew you're gonna be like that. I knew that.
My
Hey,
wife would be would be thrilled to have that happen, but
Brian, it's you. Yeah, it's not her.
yeah,
I know
as long
who.
as
it
I
is.
don't have to answer the door. I guess.
Exactly. You don't want that. Brian Baldinger, Odyssey NFL Insider, is going to join us coming up at 9 o'clock. We'll talk to him. A lot of stuff, man. One thing about it during football season, that NFL trade deadline's coming up Tuesday. Big week. Big week. See what happens with two teams just now. Sounds weird to hear Baltimore sound. A little weird to say the Dolphins have only won 2 games, but Lamar Jackson's Ravens have 2 wins. He's back after 3 weeks out, expected back and playing Thursday night football tomorrow night, coming back home. Anyway, we'll have Baldy to talk about all that coming up in just a few minutes. But first, I got to tell you, to all my brothers out there going through some tough times. And I do say brothers because once you've been through it, and I've been very honest about at times my very dysfunctional life, and I have been through some really, really hard times earlier in my life. I've been pretty open, my good friends, about it. I got off the road. A little bit. Lose a job. Marriage goes south. Things with kids. You get in a funk, man. And had trouble getting out of it. Had some trouble. You need some help. And Dr. Barry and his staff, boy, they're here at Recovery Unplugged to help you. And if you're going through it right now, it's normal. Don't ever feel like you're the Lone Ranger out there. A lot of us have gone through it. And they want to help you with your mental health. Recovery Unplugged Behavioral Health has a beautiful mental health residential program in Fort Lauderdale. For 12 years, they've helped over 20,000 people heal with expert clinical team and innovative treatments like ketamine therapy for depression, anxiety, and trauma. If you or someone you love needs a winning strategy, man, give these guys a call. Dr. Barry's been through it himself. 954-737-4508. Don't feel like you're alone. 954-737-4508 or visit recoveryunplugged.com. Everyone deserves a great season in life. Recovery Unplugged, heal out loud.
Sports Update is brought to you by Darrell Hyundai, home of the price. See to our lowest price visits at Darrell Hyundai, DarrellHyundai.com. Starting with the Heat, who crushed the Hornets 144-117. Jaime Jaquez led the scoring with 28. Next up, Miami will head to San Antonio to play the Spurs tomorrow night. On the ice, the Panthers fell in a shootout to the Ducks 3-2. Sam Reinhart scored late in the third to force OT. Cats look to bounce back when they host the Stars on Saturday night. And in baseball, the Blue Jays tied the World Series at 2, beating the Dodgers 6-2. Game 5 is tonight with the first pitch at 8 o'clock. The Joe Rose Show continues now. And it is time to head out to the Toyota of Hollywood Hotline. Shop over 2,000 Toyotas on sale at one location. Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood and Sheridan. ToyotaofHollywood.com, where we are joined by Odyssey NFL insider Brian Baldinger, host of the Best Football Show podcast. Insider calls are brought to you by Nationwide for your insurance and financial needs. Nationwide is on your side, Joe.
Always fun here to have Brian Baldinger, Odyssey NFL insider, with us. Baldy, good morning, brother. How you doing?
Good morning, Joe. Good to be with you, brother. Everything's. I think this is like the halfway point of the season here, Joe. So we're cruising pretty good.
Yeah, we're gonna find out. We got an interesting one tomorrow night down here. First of all, Lamar Jackson's back. They get a big win without him, but I love what he did. Tells the equipment guy, hey, take out all the video toy games, the ping pong, get rid of it, the basketball hoop. We're friggin' got to zone in on this thing, and nobody says anything. They're all in because they know he means business. It's awesome. What'd you think?
Yeah, well, I mean, you look, they've got one shot here, and that's to like put a big streak together. You know, they dug themselves a big crypt, 1-5. They got a bunch of guys back last week, and they played a lot better. Even the backup quarterback, Snoop Huntley, played really good. And so I think Lamar's like on a mission. You know, he wants that Super Bowl ring in the worst way. He hears all the chatter about all the MVPs and how talented he is and all that stuff, and yet, you know, he doesn't have any hardware. And so I think that's his focus right now, is to get after it. And, you know, he's going back to South Florida. You know, he's from there. And so it's always a big deal, guys from South Florida, especially the Stars, being able to go and play in front of a lot of friends and family and stuff.
Hey, Baldy, so I know their offense, man. I just doing the boards last night with Flowers and Bateman and Hopkins and the business decision, Derrick Henry, you have to make, and Hill. I mean, that thing's loaded, and they get a 300-pound fullback. He's back, and so it's kind of coming together at the right time. But what about that defense? Is it still shaky, or did you see signs that it's coming around to be a lot better?
Well, Roquan Smith makes a difference. I mean, he was everywhere last week. He had 12 tackles, and every tackle seemed like it was an impact tackle. And he'd missed he missed like 3 or 4 games. So seeing him back in there, seeing Kyle Hamilton healthy, he's like their chess piece, Joe. They play him everywhere. And then, you know, they traded for some safeties. Alohi Gilman, you know, was back there. And so, you know, he needed a couple weeks to fit in, but, you know, the guy Wiggins got only the second interception all year, but it was a key play against Chicago in the game, and it kind of opened the game up. But, you know, I mean, they've lost some defensive linemen. I've got 3 guys that, you know, are starters on injured reserve now.
Yeah.
So there's no bringing those guys back. But, you know, Kyle Van Noy was back, and this rookie Mike Green is pretty good. And so, you know, I thought they got enough guys back where they weren't just giving up, you know, 35 or 40 points.
I want you to try to explain this to me if you can, how bad the Dolphins were against the Browns. One of the worst games I've seen against a team that's still not very good. And then you look at, they put together one of the best games I've seen in a long, long time, a complete game, ass whooping to the Falcons. How do you explain that? What did you see different that this team puts it together? I was a little worried about it was going to go. That was it after that Browns loss.
Yeah, well, they changed the whole running game, Joe. They had a lot of formations with both Ollie Gordon and Devon Achane in there together. They ran a bunch of pin and pull plays where they used Westbrook Akine, you know, it's sort of like the pin guy. If you don't have a guy that can block the edge, you know, a defensive end like Atlanta has, you're not going to get, you know, any of the tackles out. But they got some good plays out of that. And so I thought they changed things up in the run game, and they got a run game as a result. You know, even the touchdown to Ollie Gordon, the passing, you know, I mean, they really flooded the zone one way, took a bunch of guys in man coverage out of there, and kind of left them all alone back there. It was good design. I thought Mike did a really good job of redesigning the offense to really create running lanes, without having to just blow guys off the ball.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun game, I think, and important for everybody. Hey, speaking of that, you know what happens when your teams have 1 or 2 or 3 wins at this point? The old trade deadline. A lot of guys get mentioned next Tuesday at 4:00. Do you expect it to be busy or not? What do you expect over the next 5 days or so?
I think it's going to be busy because I tell you, I mean, there's the teams that are bad are bad. If you're 2-5, 1-7, whatever. You're at that, and Miami might be like that. You're kind of looking ahead in some cases, and then so the good teams pluck great players or good players from bad teams, and they figure out the contract thing. But they look like they have a surplus of rich guys in Miami. People need pass rushers, they need corners, Joe, and they need offensive linemen. And so I think, team, we just saw the San Francisco 49ers make a trade with the New England Patriots to get a defensive end. They don't think they're out of it yet in San Francisco, even without the injuries. They wanted more pass rushers. They got Keon White. It was a good deal for San Francisco. And really, he wasn't playing much in New England. And so, it's going to work out good for both teams, I think. But I think it's going to be pretty active, Joe.
Yeah. Matthew Judon have any – I mean, I look at the pass rusher. We got a veteran group of pass rushers, and could he be a guy – does he have enough still left in the tank that you could see somebody trade for him?
I haven't seen Matt do anything since he's been there.
No, he hasn't.
I'm a big Matt Judon fan. Like, I've always complimented him in being a total player, like just unselfish. I thought he could have had a lot more sacks in New England if he wasn't bumping the tight end and doing a lot of contained rushes and things like that. But I just, he's been in this league a long time. I just don't see the juice right now. So I don't think, he's going to have much. I mean, they've got Chop out there. They got to play him. Jalen looks healthier. Chubb is Chubb might be a guy that makes a lot of money that is playing okay, but he's not like, he's not the astronaut that he once was.
Yeah. No, a lot of these guys just starting to come back. I just noticed recently those guys have really picked it up. I give them all credit for, you start worrying about guys giving up and pouting and moaning and groaning, and it seems like it's been pretty good so far for this. Hey, I got to ask you, we got a game coming up here, and I hate to do this. Kansas City, who's playing really well, and Buffalo's had a rough stretch until last week, got it together nicely. Kansas City at Buffalo. My God, it's like the league's going to make sure they play each other every year. They've both been good teams. What do you expect in this game?
Kansas City's offense is so good right now. Like they really have mixed it up, and that's without 2 starting offensive linemen. This Rashee Rice, he lines up everywhere. He's made a big difference.
Yes, he has.
And then defensively, they can game plan with the best of them. This is. Last week's Buffalo offensive line got James Cook going. I mean, he's averaging 6 yards carry, Joe. And the offensive line is very good. They drafted his kid Jackson Hawes as a tight end. I mean, the guy's a great blocker. And they just, they had a great game last week. I think it's just a question of, can Buffalo's defense slow down Kansas City right now? I don't think they can, Joe. And so then it's up to Josh Allen to just be, Superman out there with the run game and just, being able to keep Mahomes off the field. But, Spags will have his 3 big linebackers out there trying to, plug the run and slow it down and stop it. So I think it's going to be a pretty good chess match between Andy Reid, and what they have going on in Buffalo. They know each other really, really well. They know that this is just a precursor to the playoffs. And the game is in Buffalo. So, I mean, it has all the makings of a fantastic Sunday afternoon affair.
Brian Baldinger here with us on QAM. Insider calls are brought to you by Nationwide. For your insurance and financial needs, Nationwide is on your side.
Baldy, this story in New England just gets better and better, and we're kind of slow to say it. Zolak, I talked to him to start the year, and he goes, we still got to figure out if Drake May can play, and he showed signs, but, boy, he's playing. He got some confidence now. How good and how far can the Patriots go this year? What could they win the East?
They can, Joe. I mean, they benefited honestly by a really soft schedule. As you look at who they've beaten, and just since they beat Buffalo, I mean, they've beaten New Orleans, Tennessee, and Cleveland. So, but they're winning those games now. They play Atlanta at home this weekend, and then they go to Tampa they go to Tampa next weekend, week 10, November 9th, and that's going to really tell you an awful lot. You know, can Drake May handle the Tide Bowls blitzes, and you know, can they handle Baker Mayfield defensively? But they look like a good team, Joe. They play mistake-free football. Drake May's the highest-rated quarterback in the league. Diggs has made a difference. This kid, Keyshawn Butte, is their deep threat. I mean, they've got everything it takes to be pretty good. They fixed the offensive line with a couple rookies and, you know, a couple of free agent signings. And so they look like a very competitive team. But, you know, they've won 5 in a row. They've got a nice 6-2 record. We'll find out, I think, a lot next week when they play Tampa in Tampa.
All right, so I got to ask you about the Colts, man. Colts could easily be undefeated without you and I sitting here exaggerating with it. I mean, it should have been. Anyway, a lot of people still don't think they're the best team, and I get it. Their quarterback, Daniel Jones, been a great story. They got a great running back. Hell, Baldy, they might have the best offensive line. I did not think I was going to say that, and I saw it firsthand up close.
They're very good. I mean, they drafted these kids, Gonsalves from Pitt and Bortolini from Wisconsin to go with Quentin Nelson. They drafted everybody. I mean, it's a homegrown offensive line. And Quentin Nelson is back to being Quentin Nelson. He's really healthy and good. They drafted as Tyler Warren, who's just an absolute beast. But you know, they've got tight end. They got it all, Joe. I mean, Daniel Jones is playing as good as anybody. They got a great coordinator that knows how to design offense, but they never get away from having great toughness about moving the line of scrimmage, knocking guys off the ball. They can throw it really, really well, but they really, you know, beat you up front with that line. And with Jonathan Taylor, had an 80-yard touchdown run last week. You know, he's probably the MVP of the league right now. And so, you know, between Daniel Jones and Jonathan Taylor and all the surrounding pieces, that's the best offense I've seen week in, week out. Now they go to Pittsburgh this week, and they're really, you know, they're leaking some oil. And I'm going to be there, you know, in Pittsburgh for this game this weekend. This will be a good test on the road. Pittsburgh is reeling. They just made a trade yesterday to try and beef up their defense. I don't know how much that's going to help, but if they go in Pittsburgh and win, like they're going to be the favorites to win this whole thing.
Hey, don't they need an extra wide receiver? Aren't they, I see them. I see the Steelers playing with one wide receiver who's really good. They got in a trade, but they're playing with a lot of tight ends. Too many. I know they're good. They got a good batch. Do you think they need another guy, like a number 2 wide receiver, or do you think they have one?
Well, this kid, Roman Wilson, had a good game last week, and he didn't play last year as a rookie. He got hurt. He's coming on a little bit. It looks like, you know, it's all about, you know, Aaron, does he trust the guy? And, you know, there's going to be some receivers out there, Rashid Shaheed. Like, I do think they need a true number 2, somebody that's proven themselves in this league. You know, they need to stretch the field a little bit more than they do right now. And so it won't surprise me. They just made a trade yesterday. It won't surprise me to see them. I mean, they brought all these veteran guys in, Jalen Ramsey, Slay, all these guys, and it hadn't really worked out so far. And Aaron, you know, like, I think if you're going to be in, you might as well be all in. So it won't surprise me to see a wide receiver come in there. The trade deadline is next Tuesday. Joe, it won't surprise me to see, you know, them bringing a receiver in here.
The other team with 5 straight wins is the Broncos, man. And speaking of good young quarterbacks, Bo Nix, and by the way, all these young quarterbacks can run. This new batch of quarterbacks, we don't talk enough. The play breaks down. They can run for 20, man. It's more than ever. I've never seen a time in the NFL. We got so many QBs that can take off and go. What do you think of Bo Nix and the Broncos?
I love them. I mean, they put up 44 points last week. Now, I know it's Dallas, and Dallas is, you know, short for no D. I get it. But, you know, they put 33 up against the Giants, and, you know, they put 33 in the fourth quarter, Joe, you know, against the Giants. Like, these young kids that they're playing, this Pat Bryant, 3rd-round pick, this Troy Franklin, I mean, all these, they've kind of hit on everybody. There's R.J. Harvey, the rookie running back. Like, they've drafted exceptionally well, but the key is Bo Nix. Like, he really is a talented. Like, he's off and running now. You know, I mean, he's thrown 15 touchdown passes here, Joe, in these 8 games right now.
Man,
he's taken a big leap from a year ago to, you know, he's run for 3 touchdowns. Like, he's a real force right now. But man, I tell you, they've got and defensively they lead the league in sacks. They really got after Dallas, which was a very good offense until last week. and you just kind of saw the blueprint. Like,
Right.
man, they can score and they can defend. Like them in Kansas City is going to be a pretty good matchup going down the stretch.
Baldy, thank you, brother. I got the trick-or-treaters on their way in here right now.
Okay.
You can have a chance to get any candy? You going to get a chance to get any candy this year, or you out of that business?
Yeah, no, Joe. I'm probably out some party Friday night in Miami, so things are going to be pretty good.
Hey, yeah. Oh, Baldy, I knew. Are you in South Florida? You spent a few days down here?
But I'm heading down there. I'm going to be at Joya Beach tonight for some function, and I know Friday night. I know I'm going to my girlfriend's already got the costume picked out. So I'm going to be a pirate. I'll be a pirate out there somewhere.
One day I'm going to catch you down here in my backyard. Thank you, Baldy. Thanks, brother.
All right, Joe. You got it, buddy.
All right. Brian Baldinger, our Odyssey NFL insider.
He's also the host of the Best Football Show podcast. Insider calls are brought to you by Nationwide. For your insurance and financial needs, Nationwide is on your side.
Hey, I got to talk to you about sports-related injuries. I hate them, man. I hate them. We all hate them. Sooner or later, though, if you're competitive, play team sports, individual sports, it's going to happen. But we have one of the best sports medicine programs in the country, Baptist Health, South Florida. People ask me all the time, where do the pros go? And I go, well, enter Miami, the Heat, the Florida Panthers, the Miami Dolphins, all the teams we've been talking about. They all trust those great doctors and have contracts with them to take care of their teams. They have the top specialists and team doctors that are with them every day. Knee, shoulder, foot and ankle, hand, back, hip and knee replacement, Achilles. All these specialists, you put them together with this all-star team. And the best news is with these three great facilities, Doctors Hospital in Coral Gables, Hard Rock Stadium next to the training facility, and 595 and Pine Island in Plantation, I just want to let you know that all you have to do is visit baptisthealth.net/ortho. One goal every day for all of us. You can see those same doctors who work on high school, college, and professional athletes every day at Baptist Health, South Florida. to everybody. Great time, man. Great time. I got to tell you, I've enjoyed this since this Equinox thing that Woody was telling me about, the Equinox being all five.
The sports Equinox?
Yeah, the sports Equinox. Sorry, not the Equinox from Chevy, although it's a great. You like the electric.
I do like the Equinox. I'm enjoying it very much so.
Chevy Equinox is smoking hot right now.
Sports Equinox was hot too. You had the Frozen Frenzy yesterday.
So, again, and I understand people listen to us have their favorite sports. I do. I understand it. No matter what we do, you want to hear more of your sport. And I get it. I do. I understand it. But it's a great time. It's a great time. And when I started, we didn't have all the sports to where we are right now. And it's great. We got a really good college football team. We've got, which is a professional sport now. I just decided to throw that one in there. But MLS, the Messi Show, Game 2 coming up here in a few days. And in the playoffs for them, we got the World Series. We're down to a 3-game best of, win 2 out of 3 to see who's going to be the champions of baseball. And then we're just kicking off hockey and the NBA. Our Heat basketball team is on fire. Our hockey team's a little banged up, but hanging in there. And so you've got all that. And then
I'm fired up for this Heat team, though, man. What a great start to the season.
So they went. By the way, this goes back, and I want to be the first to say it. This might be original, probably not.
Yeah,
that's why you don't read into preseason. Don't read into how somebody reads. They were 0-5.
Oh, you're not losing the preseason games? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
trying different things.
It's funny, like, because now my mind goes back to what happened with the Dolphins with the practice. And remember,
I did.
They go, don't read too much into this.
No, they did, and then they went out and played just like they did in that practice in the first game. Yes. No, that's a good point, Woody. So maybe sometimes you do.
Maybe in basketball, it's unique. But.
Well, all I know is Spo put in the system.
But you could just tell the difference, right? They're not dealing with any, Jimmy crap. That derailed them last year.
But this little thing, and I was afraid a little bit, the little Rozier hangover. They all said, hey, he's our guy and he's our teammate. And then they moved on. It's like, first of all,
what are you gonna do?
He wasn't gonna have a crack on this team anyway. As you watch it, he was. They're going the young guys who has upside. And by the way, upside. Look at the improvement of all the guys in year 2 and 3 that we've seen. Bam's off to a great start himself.
They did that last night without their 2 best offensive players.
So that's
crazy, man.
You're right. What by the way,
you leave 50 points on the bench there between Hero and Powell?
What do you think Tyler Hero is going to be like when he comes back and gets into this system? What do you think it's going to be like for him?
I think it's going to look even better than it does now.
I mean, this thing,
they should be able to compete at least in that division, right? And that Southeast thing, try to win that thing.
I think they're confident every time they win, and right now they're leading the league in scoring. And you know what's weird about leading the league in scoring? The guy a year ago, and again, I understand they've got some good players on there right now that can score, but Norman Powell's had a good year last year with the Clippers. I get it. Our top guy scored almost 24 points a game. He's out for a month or so. They're scoring this amount of points with a bunch of guys, a lot of them like Jaime Jaquez having different guy.
Well, who scares you in the East, right? If you look at it right now, you got Philly, Chicago. Like, well, those teams I think scare you, right?
I just think that win against New York was really a good important. Win. That was
Knicks are at 500. The Bucks are 3-1. The Cavs are 3-1. Those are all good teams, but man,
I don't even know if I have Milwaukee in that thing. I got to tell you,
3-1.
You better get your track shoes on though if you're when you get ready to play this team, because they are out and run and gunning, man. That's what this thing is all
You're averaging
about.
131.5 points per game.
2 games, 2 of the highest scoring games in the history of the franchise.
That is league's best, by the way.
2 of the 4. 2 of the highest scoring games they've had in the history of the franchise. Amazing.
Surprised that's league best. You have a few of these teams like Oklahoma City played multiple overtime
I got to
games.
tell you, man, welcome to the new NBA. Scoring is definitely going to be
a lot of scoring.
Run and gun. Run and gun.
By the way, San Antonio hasn't lost.
Really?
Yeah. So
team we're getting ready to play.
That should be a pretty good game.
Yeah. Well, the good news is I was a little worried about this thing. Sounded good. Development. Anytime I hear development of a bunch of guys, although they're not, like, it's not like they're all rookies, like the Dolphins are going through with 6 or 7 guys. But you never know how guys can respond in year 2, year 3. You didn't know. Jaime Hawk has by far the best story. Not even close. What he's doing right now is just incredible. 28 points in 28 minutes. Their bench looks like Jaime. They want to keep on the bench, which is fine. He's getting his minutes. He won't complain. Everybody wants to start, but
well, yeah, my buddy sent me his little screenshot of his bet. He has Jaime to win the 6th man of the year.
All right. Oh, that's great. Tell your
we're
buddy.
We're not allowed to talk about betting. I'm sorry.
No. Can you have him slow down a little bit though too? It's 4 games.
It's a value bet.
Okay. All I know is these guys, before you go ruin it with going to some app or something, is just got a lot of guys. Nice start. Bench had 58 last night. Just the way they're playing, man. And you could tell Spo put this thing in, and when it works, listen, man, he got to be a proud daddy right now because he's got a lot of guys playing at a really, really high level. And got the win against the Knicks. And then last night, looked like the way it started, it was going to be a shootout for both teams, and one team slowed down and the other did not. So
got to tell you, there's a lot of outrage on the text this morning. I don't know if maybe we can address this again either tomorrow or on the actual day of Halloween. But
what happened?
People are very upset about your Halloween situation, and you've kind of been, you've been deactivated.
Well, I got boycotted last year. Clearly,
boycotted, man.
I'm being serious.
I know you. Yeah, you've been blackballed from Halloween, but it's like that's your holiday.
Here's the best part. I don't know a lot of my neighbors. I've lived there a long time, and I know the neighbors close. As a matter of fact, I'm close to some of our neighbors, but at the same time, my wife and I are hanging to ourselves mostly. So now this guy down, I'm not going to call him names, but on the other side of this community, I don't even know how many homes we have in our place, but so, word spreads, and, I scare kids and I go too far and all that stuff. And maybe I did. It's look, I didn't know the kid was going to cry, and I get some kids are,
but you know what? He's got to toughen up.
Well, that's how it was, but I mean, it's kind of, it's different times now.
Halloween separates the weak from, the tough, I guess.
But so we're out. We're out.
You're not out, bro. I will bring you back in. You come by. I have 5 minutes, or you come by, and you can, with all the bushes you want. You jump out.
Let me tell you, Halloween.
Jump off the
Halloween's
roof.
not good.
Whatever you need to do.
About 4 years ago, I have a kid pick up the whole bag and had the bag ready to go and flipped up. She had the oversized Halloween. She decided to put out in front. I said, "That's a bet." I said, "You don't get it. You must have been a good child when you were growing up, honey. That would have never lasted with me, and it's not going to last with these high school kids, because the high school kids are the last ones to come."
The problem, though, now, too, is you got technology, right? Because everyone's got those cameras on their doorbell, so you can see these people.
Yeah. I was looking out the window, though, but I got it. And she goes, "Oh, my God." At the side,
that would be a little creepy.
"Oh, my God. They did take the whole thing. They just poured it over." And I go, "Yeah, I'm going to get some of it back." They took off running, though.
Can you imagine walking up to your house, you see your creepy ass looking out the window at you? Jeez,
Pumpkinhead right there.
Yeah.
Human pumpkin.
Now that's a little weird. The scaring the kids thing, I think, is great.
Whatever, man. I'm done.
Lurking in the windows is.
I'm still strong on Thanksgiving. Still a big believer in Christmas. Trying to get a little better about the Christmas thing. Actually, working on a few Joe Rose things in life right now. But
you want us to give you our wish list in here?
What do you have?
Nice. Whatever Jamie and I think. We haven't thought of our list yet. But if you're trying to be better on Christmas, we can certainly help you.
No. I can't change everything.
Okay.
But anyway, so yeah, the Halloween, my neighborhood, and a combination of course, the wife said it's my fault, not their fault. And
let's get back into this, though. Like,
you make it
tomorrow,
awkward,
because I want to see if there's any advancements made on this.
My wife says you made it awkward now for the neighbors. No, I'm here a lot more than you are.
I really do think she's overreacting a little bit.
No, I understand.
To get into your drama here, but
kids think it's very childish.
I think kids like it.
My kids
love to get scared.
My grown-up children think it's very childish.
Oh.
They brought by this thing. It was a joke, but it said maturity pills on it. Start taking them.
Really?
It hurt.
Like a gag gift?
It hurt.
Wow.
It was not funny. It did not go over real well. I just
You should come over, man. This is tough.
well, listen.
We got to get your Halloween spirit back.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm broken. I think I'm Halloween broken. I don't think it's coming back. We'll see. Maybe this Dolphin thing, they put together a nice game.
Yeah, what if they blow out Baltimore?
Or maybe I go back home and I load it up, man. I go, I'm back. Look at all the scuff. I'm back. And if you don't come to my house, kiss my ass, jerkies. Maybe we could do that. Hey, we got more stuff. Omar Kelly, Miami Herald Dolphins columnist, going to join us next. But first,
The Joe Rose Show is presented by Loctite Windows, Doors and